Hello. How's it going? Happy Saturday night. Are you ready to party with little Miss Braceface? How's my sound? I think it's working. Yay. I think I'm on. I really had to push myself to come on. As much as I'd love to come on live, I just wasn't feeling very good, and these braces have been sucking the life out of me. But I love doing this process with you guys. I'm going to give you a minute to come in and find the live. Thank you for being here, whether you're here live right now or you're going to be on the replay crew. And there we go, live chat. Let's just get into it. How's my lighting? How's my hair? How's my lip gloss? My lack of makeup. I wear like eyeliner and that's about it. So, there we're doing the CASHAPP Patel eyes. That photograph of Miss Erika that I used for the thumbnail. Whoa, baby. That's some crazy ass crap. And I don't think it was by accident either. I think she trained specifically for that. I really do. I think there's like a hypnosis kind of weird BS crap to it. So let me do my thing. Hit your like button if you don't mind. It's right here. The thumb sculpture with the broken thumb. And make sure you're still subscribed if you are subscribed. And if you're not, please consider doing so. Turn on your notification bell to ring. Share a video of mine with somebody that you think might like my goofy channel. I know I'm a big goofball. You know, it's like you just got to lean into it. You can't hide who you really are. That's the first thing I learned when I started my YouTube channel. Like, put on no pretense. Just be yourself. Like, that's all you got, right? And if you can't do that, then what can you do? So, what else? Everything I say is simply my opinion for the sake of hoping to start a conversation, open up a discussion, learn something, be educational. All these videos are made for the tube of you, and it's an infotainment platform. So, who farmed crops of girls? Maybe even selling their own daughters. Does that sound like something you might do? Farm crops of kids. Maybe seeing how much you can get for your own? Ugh. No. But honestly, I wouldn't have put it past my father. I always thought he would have tried something like that. If he had the right connection, I'm sure he would have. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm not saying it out of spite or judgmentalness. That's just the way some people are wired. Like, they just don't have a moral compass or integrity. So that's my concern, is lack of moral compass, lack of integrity. I think that's right where our dear leader is. Fred Field, how are you? Hi for 15 minutes. I have been up for 20 hours and falling fast. Well, thank you for saying hi, my friend. It is lovely to see you. And how are you doing? I hope you're well. Being up for 20 hours, that's not too good, huh? Sleep is so important. So, yeah, these braces have kept me up at night. I try to, like I've told you guys, I try to just not talk and put wax on them all day long. I take it off to eat, of course, and then I eat, and then I do the same thing again and again. So as long as I do that, then I'm okay to come on for a live. So let me talk while I can. What I want to do is I want to start this live, which I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to be doing kind of a reaction to Mr. Let Go. He put out this video 2 weeks ago on the 10th. Today's the 25th. And the day that he put it out, I happened to watch it, and it blew my mind. And then I couldn't find it again. And I thought, sometimes it's just hard to find videos. I thought, well, maybe it's the wrong content creator. Maybe I was watching somebody else's video and I thought it was his. Because I was busy doing housework while I was watching it. It was like 2 hours long. So I wasn't really watching. I was just listening. And it was really good. And so I couldn't find it, and I couldn't find it, and I couldn't find it. I've told you guys about it because it's the one where he mentions, it's not mentioning, it's kind of like all about this governor candidate who was hanging out with Charlie right before he passed away. And then he had woken up at 6 that morning to meet with Charlie on the day that he passed away. Charlie Kirk. And then he had 3 different stories all on day one, like on the same day before midnight. He had 3 different stories about where he was and what was going on when Charlie passed away. So, he's a little sus to us. Phil Lyman. So I didn't write his name down, and I was like, what was his name? And I was like trying everything I could to find it. And then I literally woke up at like 5, maybe 4:30 this morning and was just like, I gotta find it. and the way I found it was I went into my history and I like meditated, like what day was it? What was I doing? What was the date? Because if you've gone through your video watching history from 2 weeks ago, that's pretty challenging. So I thought it was the 10th. I thought it was him. I finally found it. I couldn't find it on his channel because he changed the status of it from public to not private, but the thing, like you have to have the actual link in order to watch it. What is that called? There's a special name for it. Let's see. Unlisted. See, I didn't even have to dig up that word. I just had to touch my device because then my brain works. Okay, so it's unlisted. So you can only watch the video if you have the link. So how are you going to get the link if you don't have it or if you don't even know about it? You have to know somebody who has it or ask the content creator for it. But luckily, I had it in my viewing history, and I linked it up in the description. So I want you guys to watch the whole thing. And I'm going to just start it and watch it with you. And I'm going to break it up and give a lot of commentary. And I won't play the whole thing, of course, because it's 2 hours. And this is probably going to be a 2-part live. So starting with tonight. And thank you so much for being here, Fred, and saying hi, and anybody else who's here. Let's see. Going to my own live. So there's the crazy picture of those eyes. Oh, and the Labubu. You can't forget about the Labubu. I had to look up a bunch of the history with that too. That Labubu stuff is nuts. It's so crazy. So here it is. Here's the unlisted link to the 2-week-old live of Mr. Let It Go, where he's talking all about this Phil Lyman. And I did a lot of research on Phil Lyman today, and I just don't even know where to begin. So let's just get started with the video. Hopefully this works. It's called What I Just Uncovered Changes Everything About Charlie Kirk's Death. Phil Lyman, a prime suspect. And then he makes these cards. He's like a life coach. He makes these card games that are designed to inspire therapeutic conversation. I think that's pretty cool. But I am starting at the top. Here we go. That was like his song that goes with his cards. Oh, this is funny.
You kids have certainly wound up all the loose ends in this case. I said meddling kids. What I will.
Hold on, I gotta back that up. That is hilarious.
You gotta love Scooby-Doo.
And I'm going to tell y'all who this Phil Lyman guy is in a minute, but it looks like we got him.
We got
Everybody
him.
drop, we got him in the chat. It's Phil Lyman.
The bank president. And it would have been mine if it hadn't been to those meddling kids.
Those meddling
You
kids.
kids have certainly wound up all the loose ends in this case. Blasted meddling kids.
What I would like to know is why was Phil Lyman, out of all people, in Romania with Erika Kirk back when she had the Romanian Angels?
He was in Romania with Erika Kirk back when she had the Romanian Angels. I think that was like 2013. This is not good. This is not looking good for Erika. This is looking good for busting the pedo ring that little E was was a huge part of, and maybe little T was a part of it too. It certainly looks like it. Ron Eppinger, Jean-Luc Brunel. Who are these other guys? There's one last page here. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. No, I need to. Dang it. There we go. John Casablanca, Paloa Zampoli, who is the person who probably introduced the First Lady and El Presidente. And he has been appointed to a cabinet position in the government for the special envoy for global something or another. But I just want to say, I think that this election was stolen, and I think that this bozo that stole it with a little help from his friends, his frenemies, you know, Daddy Vladdy and the Big E and Peter Thiel, BB. I think he's in way over his head. I think he's completely beyond his level of expertise, out of his depth, and he should just throw in the towel. He should just surrender, but we know he won't. That's not who he is. That's absolutely not who he is. It's like he doesn't have the decency or the common sense.
And the orphanage, and she was doing all this weird stuff with people and the military. Why in the world? We got them. Everybody drop. We got them in the chat. Shout out to the...
Seriously, this guy, I believe, along with the hive mind of all of us, you know, he's showing videos from other content creators too. I think we solved it. I think that this guy, this gubernatorial candidate, Phil Lyman, set his friend up. With friends like that.
Scooby-Doo mystery team. We got them. Back when she had the Romanian Angels.
And let me just say, Phil Lyman got a presidential pardon in 2000 for some crime that he committed in 2014. We'll get more into that later. He also is an advocate to change the laws about files of pedos. You know, you don't need to report that stuff.
In the orphanage, and she was doing all this weird stuff with people and the military. Why in the world was Phil Lyman in Romania? And for those who don't know who Phil Lyman is, he ran for governor in Utah, you know, where Charlie Kirk lost his life. He knew Charlie Kirk. He was with Charlie Kirk right before he went on stage. And the crazy...
He ran for governor for Utah in 2024, and he's running again in 2028.
This part is, for whatever reason, because I don't know, Tyler Robinson was caught walking down the street on Phil Lyman's aunt's Ring camera, and Phil Lyman was at his aunt's house.
Wait, did you catch that? Sorry, I keep interrupting. Phil Lyman was at the house that caught Tyler Robinson on the Ring doorbell cam walking down the street with the rifle down his pants leg, supposedly. Phil Lyman was in his aunt's house when the Ring doorbell cam caught that.
And the boy was walking down the street. Now, this is even crazier. This is video of Phil
It's
Lyman
nuts.
standing, interviewing an actor that is not a student. That is an actor reciting a script.
And why? Why? What was I going to ask? Why? It's getting late. My brain's crashing. Why did he wake up at 6 that morning to meet with Charlie? Why did he find it necessary to keep telling these stories? Then he went like on Glenn Beck's show. I think he might have even gone on Candace Owens' show. I'll just let this play since my brain is shutting down.
That was told to him by Phil Lyman. Look at Phil Lyman's lips and look at the girl's shirt.
1, 2, 3. I saw Charlie Kirk get shot. 1, 2, 3.
As in 1, 2, 3, action.
I saw Charlie Kirk get shot. She clapped.
The woman literally does that 1, 2, 3 action. That by itself isn't so bad, but she's wearing a red t-shirt that says Phil Lyman for governor on it. And Phil Lyman is coaching this whole thing, this little production. And the reason I really want to play this isn't just to react. It's so that it's out there on the tube of you, since this video is unlisted now. So I'm just trying to keep it documented on the tube of you.
In his seat, he fell over to the side. He was carried off. He had blood on his arms. He had blood on his shirt.
So look at Phil Lyman's lips. He's kind of like reciting what he's saying to make sure he's saying it correctly. And read what is said right here also. It says, watch none other than Phil Lyman holding what appears to be a script and nodding perfectly in sync as a guy delivers his line. And the woman counting down before filming, check out her shirt. Her shirt.
And let me just say, this has everything to do with the E-files, with the Trumpstein files. This has everything to do with the Trumpstein files, in my humble conspiracy theory opinion, allegedly.
Says Lyman, I think. It's a little difficult to see. So this is right after Charlie Kirk got popped, we'll just say. This is breaking news. Share this with anybody that you know that is into this Charlie Kirk stuff. Somebody said replay it. All right, I'm gonna replay it. Somebody said replay it, y'all. Some people like play the video. Somebody just said replay it. So they are already.
We don't need ads. No, please no. We hate ads. It's just not worth paying the $35 to not have them. $35 a month. That's a lot. That's a lot. I wish it wasn't so much.
I'm gonna replay it. Somebody said replay it, y'all. Some people like play the video. Somebody just said replay it. So they are already. I'm replaying it. And for those who don't know who Phil Lyman is, he ran for governor in Utah. You know, where Charlie Kirk lost his life. He knew Charlie Kirk. He was with Charlie Kirk right before he went on stage. And the craziest part is, for whatever reason, because I don't know, Tyler Robbins. Why was Phil Lyman in Romania? Why was Phil Lyman in Romania?
Not only was he in Romania, not only did he get a Trump pardon in 2020, he also is a tax expert.
Yo!
Epstein was a tax expert.
Was caught walking down the street on Phil Lyman's aunt's Ring camera, and Phil Lyman was at his aunt's house when the boy was walking down the street. Now, this is even crazier. This is video of Phil Lyman standing, interviewing an actor that is not a student. That is an actor reciting a script that was told to him by Phil Lyman. Look at Phil Lyman.
And don't believe me. Don't believe Mr. Let Go. Don't believe Phil Lyman. Do your own research. I'm not just saying that to say it. Seriously. If you're interested in this, it's mind-blowing. Like, I really feel like I blew the lid off this whole case by finding this video. I rewatched it several times today, actually, and took notes and did a ton of other research about Phil Lyman and other people that he's affiliated with. He's affiliated with child predators. I'll just say it.
Lyman's lips and look at the girl's shirt.
1, 2, 3. I saw Charlie Kirk get shot. 1, 2, 3.
As in 1, 2, 3, action.
I saw Charlie Kirk get shot. He collapsed in the seat. He fell over to the side. He was carried off. He had blood on his arms. He had blood on his shirt. He was dragged off and carried out of the venue. There was a gunshot that rang out. No, I'm not okay. I saw somebody get shot today. I saw Charlie Kirk get shot. He collapsed in his seat. He fell over to the side. He was carried off. He had blood on his arms. He had blood on his shirt. He was dragged off and carried out of the venue. There was a gunshot that rang out. You okay? I'm not okay. I saw someone get shot today. Yeah.
I know it's repetitive. I apologize for that.
Did you guys see what happened?
Yes, I saw him. What spot are you?
Now, y'all gotta let me know. Isn't this the same person? Y'all let me know. Is this the same person? Because I don't like to jump to conclusions and I don't like to set narrative.
The reason he's asking that is because the interview was repeated, the exact same interview with the exact same person at a different setting. So at first it was outside and then it was inside. It gets even weirder.
I like to ask questions. Is this the same guy that was just outside? Is this him just with a hat on? Look at the shirt. Look at the hair. Y'all let me know. Is this the same guy? Because I don't want to jump to conclusions. He was just outside. No, I'm not. I just witnessed. And next thing you know, he's inside doing the same thing. So let me know. Is this the same guy? Say yes or no in the chat.
Saw Charlie Kirk get shot. He collapsed in his seat. He fell over to the side. He was carried off. He had blood on his arms. He had blood on his shirt. He was strapped.
Listen to his voice. It's like, he had blood in his arms. Like, it just happened, right? Listen to the next guy's shaky voice. Is it the same guy? And why is he?
And I think it's fair game to laugh at these fools because I think they're actors. I don't think they're authentic. If they were authentic, yeah, I wouldn't be making fun of them.
Still having a shaky voice. And why is he inside the building? Like, why did he walk all the way inside the building and then put this hat on and then start this whole thing all over again?
Dragged off and carried out of the venue. There was a gunshot that rang out. You okay? No, I'm not okay.
You see how he's so disheveled?
The same.
He's going to be more disheveled
question.
the second time. So that means he got re-disheveled. He got re-traumatized.
I saw someone get shot today. Yeah. Question.
Yeah, we all saw
Did you
it.
see what happened?
It was horrible.
I saw him. What spot are you recording this?
Is this the same boy?
Yes, you're live right now. We're recording. I don't know if we're live because of the cell service. Hang on.
This gets really weird. Hold on.
Okay. I was standing from probably the third row in the bottom.
Now, listen to his shaky voice. What's up, True World? Listen to his shaky voice. I was standing. Yo, is this the same guy, y'all?
I saw him. I heard the shot ring out. I looked to my left, and then I looked over to my right. I saw him slump over in his chair forward. He slumped over. He had blood coming from the left side of his neck down his shirt, and he slumped over and he was carried off.
It was pretty sick.
Get off me! Get off me!
Now,
So you hear him saying, get off me, get off me. People are like physically attacking him and pushing him around. It's bizarre. It's very, very odd.
as you can see, the other people was just like, yo, get out of here. And they start fighting him, right? So even Candace talked about this yesterday. Put a one in the chat if you remember Candace talking about this yesterday. We both, not saying me and
Good
Candace
night.
at the same time,
Thanks,
but
Fred.
me and Candace were thinking about
So
this.
nice to see you.
Not together, but whatever.
Sleep well.
We both were kind of like wondering, like, yo, why did they come over and try to stop this young man from speaking his truth?
Patricia?
Yay! What are you trying to do? Or it may be something else.
This is really
all I
good.
know is that.
Let me repeat this video from Mr. Let Go from 2 weeks ago. I couldn't find it anywhere. I had to dig through my viewing history. I had to remember the exact day that it was on. It was the 10th. It was the day he did this live. It was the day that I saw it. I don't remember if I saw it live or if I saw it right after. But it's since been marked unlisted. So you can't find it unless you have the link. I put the link in the description, but just in case it gets completely private or taken down, I'm trying to document it here on my channel for preservation's sake, because this is a really good video. It reveals a lot.
It's the same guy, right?
Maybe.
Because I just wanted to make sure. I was thinking it's the same guy, but I needed to ask y'all. And most of y'all said it's the same freaking guy.
Commercial. How are you, Patricia? How's it going? So same freaking guy. So this guy is being interviewed that was up close, I think third row seat, he says, to Charlie Kirk's assassination. But even more key is Phil Lyman, a gubernatorial candidate for Utah who ran in 2024. He's planning on running again in 2028. He has tried to fight laws against having to report files of pedo, and he was convicted of some crimes in 2014 that he was pardoned. He was given a pardon by the Tenacious D in 2020. And he's a tax attorney. He's a tax expert.
Everybody make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Everybody make sure to hit the thumbs up button and drop "We got him" in the chat. We got him. Drop "We got him" in the chat. Drop "We got him" in the chat. Shout out to Josie Bob, Scooby-Doo Mystery Team. We got them. We got their asses. We are getting this close to solving this whole case. Thank you.
This close. We're there. We're there.
$10 super sticker. Shout out to I Taurus MLG. That was a boy. I've been pointing him out. I got his TikTok. You got his TikTok? Send me a DM. Let me know. Send me a DM. This is the dude I got his TikTok handle to. Okay, send it to me. His page got mad eerie symbols. Okay, I connected the dots. Okay. See, the thing about it is, the dot I'm connecting isn't this boy. It's Phil Lyman. Because I want y'all to understand, there are like 7 to 15 cogs in this whole situation. It's the security team, and then it's these other characters. And Phil Lyman has more than you think connected to all of this. Everybody drop "We got him" in the chat. And if you are part of the Scooby-Doo mystery team, drop the paw prints in the chat. So I need to play this. I need to play this part again because it is so relevant. Phil Lyman.
The bank president. And it would have been mine if it hadn't been to those meddling kids. Well, I'll be.
Zoinks.
Kids have certainly wound up all the loose ends in this case. Blasted meddling kids.
What I would like to know is why was Phil Lyman, out of all people, in Romania with Erika Kirk back when she had the Romanian Angels and the orphanage, and she was doing all this weird stuff with people and the military? Why in the world was Phil Lyman in Romania? And for those who don't know who Phil Lyman is, he ran for governor in Utah. You know, where Charlie Kirk lost his life. He knew Charlie Kirk. He was with Charlie Kirk right before he went on stage. And the craziest part is,
and he met with him that morning.
I don't know. Tyler Robinson was caught walking down the street on Phil Lyman's aunt's Ring camera, and Phil Lyman was at his aunt's house when the boy was walking down the street. Now, this is even
It gets
crazier.
weirder and weirder.
Phil Lyman standing interviewing an actor that is not a student. That is an actor reciting a script that was told to him by Phil Lyman. Look at Phil. All right, so I just needed to catch y'all up with that. So we're going to fast back forward. And now we're going to talk about Candace and what she said about Phil Lyman. So I'm just trying to make sure that nobody gets like taken through here and anybody is confused. So I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page. So put a 1 in the chat if you now are on the same page. And if you don't know who Phil Lyman is okay, because Candace is about to let you know exactly who he is. But put a 1 in the chat if we are all on the same page right now, because I don't want to lose anybody. I don't want to be sitting around talking about Phil Lyman for like 30 minutes and you don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Steph, we're not doing it. Get off me. Get off me.
We got him.
Running high right now.
I asked Phil Lyman 3 times via text whether or not he could help us, more importantly, identify the 2 individuals that were in the photo with his nephew or cousin, if you will. And he was kind of pretending to be confused about what photo.
So right here, Candace is alluding to the thought that the picture of Tyler Robinson is actually Phil Lyman's nephew. She said it. I mean,
Like I said, it gets weirder and weirder. So this Phil Lyman guy seems to be like, I don't know, the stage manager. Let's call him that for right now.
she said it, not me.
Particular I was referring to, despite the fact that I sent it multiple times in the text chain. And then finally he said that he had no idea who those 2 individuals were at all. I thought that's interesting. This is allegedly your nephew, cousin. You guys are all chilling on this block around the same time. He's with these 2 individuals. You've never heard of them. You've never seen them, nothing. Because I got to identify that guy in the blue hat. Many of you figured out, by the way, and wrote to the tips.
And let me just say, Candace Owens is not somebody that I normally have a lot of respect for. I respect her tenaciousness with trying to figure out what happened to her friend, Charlie Kirk, but he was more than just a friend to her. I believe that she was in love with him prior to both of them meeting their spouses and getting married. There's a video by Reese Waters, who is a very well-known investigative journalist and comedian. I'll put a link in the description to the Reese Waters video where he just puts all these clips together of Charlie and Candace when they were BFFs. I think it was like 2018. And you can tell she's madly in love with him. And he's probably in love with her too, except for that she's a brown person and he's a white supremacist. I mean, she is married to another white guy who's a white supremacist. But, you know.
Box exactly what we were interested about in that person with the blue hat. You noticed the same thing that we noticed. He kind of resembles, certainly more so than Tyler Robinson does, the blurred image of the individual that was coming up the stairs. I couldn't look away from that. I was going through the photos and I was going, I would just like to quickly identify that individual and check him off and just know where he was because, yeah, it looks to be about the same height. It's weird.
Never worry about your phone running out of battery when you're out and about. The secret is this.
Oh, stop it, ads. But that's okay. It helps break it up for fair use.
Have the original interview with Phil Lyman. TikTok cut
Phil
out,
Lyman is the missing link.
So
I'm
I
telling
need y'all
ya.
to understand. Phil Lyman was with Charlie Kirk before he got on stage. Phil Lyman was right there, and you'll see how close he is from Charlie Kirk in the next couple of videos. Phil Lyman is, his whole family like owns the entire block in one street in Utah. So the key thoughts is Phil Lyman, Utah, and him running for governor. All of these things track with each other.
With a criminal conviction in his past that was pardoned by Trump in 2020. The conviction was for like an agricultural, natural resources, land management violation. He, I think he spearheaded a protest where they rode ATVs around on some natural resource, Department of Natural Resource land that they weren't supposed to do that. That's what they were charged and convicted with.
Like button, hit the like button. Let's take a second to get these likes up. Let's see what the likes are. Come on, y'all. We got to get, we got 2,000 people watching. And thank you.
2,000 people.
This is breaking news. Everybody make sure to hit the thumbs up button. So everybody just take a second right now, because I know this is a lot of information. I need y'all to take a second.
Oh, what did I do?
I need y'all to take a second.
What did I do?
I need y'all to take a second.
Oh no, stop! I'm in a loop. That's hilarious. So this is a good find. I need to not be doing that. How do I get out of this loop that I'm in? That's too funny. Get out of that damn loop. And see if I can get back into that video right where we were. That's so funny. It's going to take me a second. These things are so tricky. They can be. I don't want to watch the video. I don't want to watch my video. I want to watch the other guy's video, Mr. Let Go, because you can't find it on the internet except for with the link. It's unlisted. The link is in the description. And that is the primary reason why I'm playing it right now, is just to document it onto the tube of you again. But let me see if this is leaving off. Yeah, I think that's right where we were. Let me turn it back on. Sorry about all that.
Like button. Let's take a second to get these likes up. Let's see what the likes are. Come on, y'all. We got to get, we got 2,000 people watching. And thank y'all for being here. This is breaking news. Everybody make sure to hit the thumbs up button. So everybody,
I'll try to read more of the book for you too, DYI, Drea. There's some really good parts in the book.
Take a second and everybody hit the thumbs up button. We got 2,000 people and we got 300 likes. We got to get the likes up. And I know y'all just got in here. I get it. But we got to get the likes up or YouTube is going to think we ain't popping over here. So the more people who hit the like button, the more YouTube will put this out to more people. But if we ain't liking the video, YouTube is going to not spend any time pushing the video out because YouTube is going to assume that the video isn't good. So please hit the like button.
YouTube is
like
so
button.
mean.
Come on, we're at 402 now. All right, we went from 200 to 400. So thank you. Keep hitting it. Keep hitting it. Keep hitting it. Keep hitting it. Come on. Keep hitting the like button. And this is very important to me, y'all. This is very important. Please hit the like button. This is very important. Y'all might think, why? It's very important to my business that YouTube knows that we over here having fun.
Got the crazy
exposure, but I have it. Check it out. What's this guy?
They go Charlie
Snuffleupagus.
Hey, you were here that day.
Oh, sorry. And the pausing is actually the guy walking up to Phil Lyman. So you gotta listen.
Hey, you were here that day. Yeah, I saw you. Yeah, who are you? Oh, I'm just a guy taking a tour.
I'm just a guy taking a tour.
This is a video posted by Erika Kirk at her Romanian Angels channel.
Wait, what? Where's Rick? Okay, I must have made a mistake. I got the rest of the video. I don't know why that cut in right there. Oh, here it is right here. I don't know why, but hold on. We'll get back to this Romanian angel thing in a second. But I don't know why I split it like that. That was a mistake.
Oh,
All right, here we go.
here. The creator's name, Patricia, is Mr. Let Go. So I talked about him a couple of weeks ago, and I couldn't remember this Phil Lyman guy's name. I couldn't find it anywhere. I couldn't find Mr. Let Go's video because he unlisted it. And I found it at 5 this morning.
Because I was out there. I stepped in the building, but it was like right behind me. So it's really, really close to me. It was a big building. There was a couple of girls saying, I was right here, wasn't it? They said, yeah, right over there. They kind of pointed back over into the. So I'm looking at the bushes, and it was right here, wasn't it? They said, yeah, right over there. They kind of pointed like over into the. So I'm looking at the bushes, and.
Okay.
Need
I think it's all in Israel CIA cover. I think, and Charlie's not really dead, and there's a bunch of acting going on, and it's a big stage, and there's a lot of people playing their role.
I'm telling you.
I don't know about all that.
A few days later, I saw a
bunch of acting going on, and it's a big stage, and there's a lot of people playing their role.
I'm telling you, that's so like a few days later, I got up.
And the rest is history, folks. TikTok.
Now, I do not agree with what they said. I am not going to take away the victimhood of Charlie Kirk and his family.
Whoa.
So, me saying this on YouTube is important. I may be saying something different on Patreon, and the Patreon link is in the chat. But on YouTube.
So I guess he has a Patreon channel. I've never done the Patreon thing. So I don't know if he might have this video over there, and so you could find it there. That sounds like a possibility.
I'm saying that Charlie Kirk died on September 10th. And rest in peace, Charlie Kirk and his family. Well, not his family, but, you know, my heart goes out to his family. But I just got to say that.
Removed what he said, and the exposure was real. And I caught
Hold on. TikTok removed what?
Later,
a bunch of acting going on, and it's a big stage, and there's a lot of people playing their role.
I'm telling you, that's so like a few days later, I got up.
And the rest is history, folks. TikTok removed what he said, and the exposure was real, and I caught it.
Video of Phil Lyman.
So what was said right there?
Just 2 ingredients. That's all you need to save your brain from dementia and restore crystal clear memory in less than.
Stop, you're giving me dementia. I remember you or someone said they saw a trap door on the floor. You know, I did not see the trap door on the floor. I've heard people talk about it. I do know that the stage was elevated a couple of feet off of the ground level. So there might have been a trap door. We also know that they did brickwork over the crime scene. I don't think the crime scene was ever like roped off as a crime scene. And then they poured cement over the brickwork, I believe. Let me skip that.
Is Phil Lyman agreed with him about what the guy said. I can't repeat what the guy said because I'm having so many problems with YouTube right now, and I know y'all are sick of it, but guess what? They demonetized yet another video. The video I did last night, demonetized. I hit the review thing, and they said it's been confirmed for review. So yet again, another damn video of mine talking about Charlie Kirk got demonetized. And I'm just easily starting to realize that we got to bring everything over to Patreon. So before we keep going, I need y'all to hit the link in the chat, and it's pinned at the top of the chat also. Hit the link in the chat right now. Everybody watching, hit the link in the chat. You can join my Patreon for free if you want to. But the Patreon is, it says, I just divulged what really happened to Charlie Kirk on my Patreon. Do y'all see it?
And let me just say, I don't agree with everything about Mr. Let Go. Of course, we all have different opinions, but I agree with a lot of what he says. So I'm still researching him as a content creator and his channel. He seems to be kind of like middle of the road between where I stand and maybe where Candace, Candace, what's her name, stands. I can't think of her last name. You know who I'm talking about.
Okay. Y'all see it? Make sure to click the link in my Patreon. It's $4.99 to watch the videos, but you can join my Patreon for free. So everybody watching, 2,500 people watching, I need everybody to click the link that's in the chat and join my Patreon. That's the first thing we have to do, because I can't keep getting demonetized. I have to start putting stuff on Patreon instead of on YouTube. And I don't want to lose my audience.
YouTube is really cracking down, especially with the Charlie Kirk stuff. What's Candace's last name, you guys? I said it earlier. Now I'm blinking on it. Candace, the one who started Turning Point with Charlie Kirk. And she was a huge Tenacious D supporter and MAGA. And now she's kind of going against both, it seems like.
To be like, yo, where's Mr. Let Go? I'm not leaving YouTube, but I need to start doing a lot of the videos where I can go deep on Patreon. But I need y'all to go on Patreon with me first, because I don't want y'all to be like, yo, Mr. Let Go, where he at? So I'm trying to let y'all know where y'all got to go so y'all can see more of me. So hit the link that says join my Patreon so I can know where y'all are at. Because YouTube might end up turning around and take my whole channel down. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sick of me talking about Charlie Kirk.
Oh, yeah. I think YouTube is very possibly going to take all channels down. I mean, I don't trust them at all.
I'm letting y'all know, if something happens, I'm over on Patreon. So here we go.
Video of Phil Lyman giving 3 different stories of what he witnessed that day.
Hey, it's September 10th, 2025, and I was just heading back from Salt Lake to Blanding. We had a very late start. It's about 11:30 at night.
Okay, so we just heard him say that he's recording this video.
3 different stories in the same day, and he goes back to the scene of the crime 11:30 that night. This guy is creepy.
Day of the assassination, September 10th of 2025, at around 11:30 at night. I want you to watch fully through this because I'm going to break it down. There are a bunch of inconsistencies in the way this man talks.
September 10th, 2025, and I was just heading back from Salt Lake to Blanding.
Over 500,000 women have already watched the pink salt ritual video on TikTok.
Not
Most
the
of them are
pink
complaining.
salt video. Pink
Thank
salt
you,
ritual.
Lorraine Brown.
Late start. It's about 11:30 at night, and I wanted to swing back by UVU campus where Charlie Kirk was killed today, and see if I could let a few of the police officers know how much I appreciate the work they're doing. See if there's some college students here that I could.
But he didn't talk to the police officers. When they asked him straight up if he saw anything, he was like, nah. This guy's talking out of both sides of his mouth.
Rub shoulders with, more for my benefit than for theirs. But what I really wanted to share was I was.
Why do you want to rub shoulders with students and you like 60?
Yeah.
That don't sound right.
No.
Why do you want to rub shoulders with students, sir? That sounds kind of nasty. I don't know. Shout out to Zay-Z. Hey, bro, please enlarge the footage screen. So if you can, I'm watching Gone from my phone. Love the show. Thank you.
So let me read Patricia's comment here. It's weird. It's like sometimes it's letting me pin them and other times it's not. I think it let me pin that one. Of course, now I'm wondering if he's still alive. Where is he hanging out? That would be Valaha, right? Where CASHAPP Patel said he'll see him. I think that's what it was, Valaha, something like that. And I personally don't think he's alive, but that's just my opinion.
All right, I'll make the screen bigger. No problem. See, the thing about it is the screen don't get bigger. I just get smaller, but You see what I'm saying? So if I make myself smaller, the thing is the same. It's actually bigger here than here.
Yep.
So I'm just letting y'all know, because a lot of y'all are saying, hey, make the thing bigger. Y'all got to understand, the video is like this. So the screen is not, it doesn't take up the whole screen because it's in the TikTok format. So the video is in TikTok format. So no matter what I do, the screen stays the way it is. So I'm just letting y'all know that even though I'm bigger, the video itself doesn't get bigger. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Because I don't want y'all being mad, but it's not going to make a difference.
Very close this morning where Charlie Kirk was at. Met him backstage, and we talked for a moment before he went on stage. And I was backstage as he started speaking, then decided to go up top, and I went up.
Decided to go up top. So he describes how he basically was with Charlie Kirk when and he was helping hand out the hats. And then when Charlie Kirk started the performance of the debating, he went up top, which is right where the alleged shooter was.
To the top, and ironically was very close to where the shooter was. Apparently, the shot was very loud, and I determined pretty quickly that whoever it was on the roof. And it was a 200-yard kill shot by somebody who knew what they were doing.
Okay, pay attention to his word choice.
By somebody who knew what they were doing. I thought instantly when I saw it that it was a professional assassin.
That he's using. He is just clearly.
Yeah, he said it's a 200-yard kill shot.
Boldly stating that he was walking towards the rooftop that this kill shot was from, and that it was clear to him that this was, a single.
Oh, hell. He was right there. So he wasn't. Whoa. What he just said was a lie then. Hold on. What?
He tells it 3 different ways in the same day. 3 different stories that are unique from each other.
Hold on. We got to hear him again. Remember, he just laughed about everybody being an actor. So listen
Video
again.
of Phil Lyman giving 3 different stories of what he witnessed that day.
Hey, it's September 10th, 2025, and I was just heading back from Salt Lake to Blanding. I mean, a very late start. It's about 11:30 at night.
Okay, so we just heard him say that he's recording this video the day of the assassination, September 10th of 2025, around 11:30 at night. I want you to watch fully through this because I'm going to break it down. There are a bunch of inconsistencies in the way this man talks.
September 10th, 2025, and I was just heading back from Salt Lake to Blanding. I mean, a very late start. It's about 11:30 at night, and I wanted to swing back by UVU campus where Charlie Kirk was killed today and see if I could let a few of the police officers know how much I appreciate the work they're doing, see if there's some college students here that I could rub shoulders with. Benefit them for theirs. But what I really wanted to share was I was very close this morning where Charlie Kirk was at, met him backstage, and we talked for a moment before he went on stage. And
he got up at 6 to meet with him. He got up at 6.
So, as you can see, Phil Lyman is an important person in Utah, and he was hanging out with Charlie Kirk. Keep that in mind.
Decided to go up top, and I went up to the top, and
now he's saying he decided to go up top, but there's video footage of him not being up top.
Ironically, was very close to where the shooter was. Apparently, the shot was very loud, and I determined pretty quickly that whoever.
See right here, we all have an understanding that there was no shooter. Put a 1 in the chat if you have came to the understanding that there was no shooter. I'm not saying Charlie Kirk did not.
And I don't have that understanding that there was no shooter, but I'm open-minded about it. But I wanted to read your last comment, Patricia. I would be so unbelievably sad if YouTube was taken down. Yeah, I would be without my therapy. So I'd be having to go see a real therapist. I mean, I'm a real therapist, but you know what I mean.
It popped by something, but it wasn't by a sniper, is what I'm saying. So YouTube, I'm telling people that he did not get shot, but I am saying that he died. So YouTube, yes, Charlie Kirk died. Yes, R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Yes, he is dead. Stop messing with me. I'm just saying he did not get shot. Okay? He is dead, YouTube. But I'm saying he did not get shot by a sniper.
No, I don't necessarily at all think that he's still alive, Patricia. I'm glad that you said that, just so I could let you know that my perspective is that he's most likely deceased. But I don't know. I mean, this whole thing is just nuts. I think this whole thing is staged. I think the whole thing is bogus. But I also think that he was very inconvenient for a lot of people, and they needed him gone. Just like little E when he got Epsteined. I think Charlie Kirk got Epsteined.
Okay? Stop messing with me. All right? So now he's saying, I was up there near the shooter and it was pretty loud. He literally said, and it was pretty loud. So in other words, he said that he was somewhere in the vicinity of the fake sniper that didn't shoot Charlie Kirk. Talking about it was really loud.
Hello, my name is Alexander Yarmak.
But yeah, I will also specify that I don't believe that Taylor Robinson was an assassin. I don't buy that. Let me skip this ad.
Here, where Charlie Kirk was at, met him backstage, and we talked for a moment before he went on stage. And I was backstage as he started speaking, and then decided to go up top, and I went up to the top, and ironically was very close to where the shooter was. Apparently, the shot was very loud, and I determined pretty quickly that whoever it was on the roof, and it was a 200-yard kill shot. But
he know the yards, he know everything. So
weird.
You just walking around like you just decide to walk up on the roof of I want y'all to think about this. You decide to walk on the roof
funny.
of a college, and then you're like, oh, I'm 200 yards away from Charlie Kirk. I want you to think about this. Have you ever been to a concert? Did you ever walk away from the rapper or the singer in the concert? Or would you like to be as close as possible to hear the person at the concert? People pay big money to go to a concert to be close to the stage. So I'm not saying Charlie Kirk's situation was a concert, but who walks 200 yards away from the speaker of the thing that you came to see? Nobody. Never in my life have I been to an event and I'm like, yo, instead of me being close to the speaker at the event or the artist at the concert, I'm going to walk 200 yards away from the speaker of the or the artist at the. Why?
Well said. Well stated.
On the roof of this place. Why?
It makes no sense. This guy is whack.
Why are you walking away from? Why are you there? I've never been at tonight's conversation, and I'm not backstage or at the front of the stage or in the green room. I don't leave the venue and.
So yeah, just to clarify, Patricia, you said, okay, I get what you think now. Good. At this point, I pretty much believe that BB, you know who I'm talking about, Benjamin, ordered the assassination. That Tenacious D authorized the order, and that Lyman orchestrated it. That's what I
across the
think.
street from our tonight's
And that the missus was involved too.
conversation show. Why? I want to be close so I can see what's going on. I want to laugh like everybody else. Why would you go 200 yards away from the venue? What the hell is he talking about? Am I crazy, y'all?
Who cray?
Let me back it up just a little bit. What the
Police
hell is he
officers
talking
very
about?
much. I appreciate the work they're doing. See if there's some college students here that I could rub shoulders.
Says rub shoulders with. Bizarre. But he's going to tell the cops that he appreciates what they're doing, even though he withheld the information that he was an eyewitness and a friend of Charlie's when they asked him point blank earlier on camera.
With more for my benefit than for theirs. But what I really wanted to share was I was very close this morning where Charlie Kirk was at. Met him backstage and we talked for a moment.
I was very close to Charlie Kirk this morning. I met him backstage, and you decided to go to the roof?
Yep.
What?
Before he went on stage, and I was backstage as he started speaking, and decided to go up top, and I went up to the top, and ironically was very close to where the shooter.
I just think it's kind of weird too the way he calls it up top. It's like he had the place mapped out. Like, what do you mean up top? On the roof of the college? That's, I don't know. I find that sus.
Was
The language.
The shot was very loud, and
why were you up there? Why were you up there?
I determined pretty quickly that whoever it was on the roof. It was a 200-yard kill shot by somebody who...
Like he's some kind of forensic expert. He determined all this in his mind as soon as it happened. Uh-huh.
What they were doing.
Okay, pay attention to his work.
And then he says, by somebody that knew what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is the day of Charlie Kirk's popping, I would say. How do you know that they knew that what they were doing? So one, you walked up on the roof. I've never walked up on a roof of nothing. Have y'all ever walked up on a roof of something? The last time I've been on a roof, it was a roof party or a roof event where the event was on the roof. I've never went on the roof for no apparent reason. Probably when I was a kid, I wanted to climb up on the roof of the liquor store.
Yeah, I used to go roof climbing when I was a kid in Beverly Hills with my friends. We thought we were badass. We're lucky we didn't fall. I'm so jealous of lightning and thunderstorm right now, Patricia. Oh, that is the bomb. I love storms. Love. Sorry, I meant it's pretty much right on top of us right now. The thunder is shaking the windows. Well, I hope you don't lose your connection.
Just to see what's up there. But who the hell climbs up on roofs or walks up on a roof? Because apparently the roof had stairs to it. Why the hell are you on the roof? Have y'all ever just walked up on a roof and the event wasn't on the roof? I'm just trying to see. This nigga's right here and you decide to walk up on the roof of the event. Why?
Choice that he's using. He is just clearly and boldly stating that he was walking towards the rooftop that this kill shot was from, and that it was clear to him that this was a single kill shot from a pro on the rooftop. One, how at 11:30 at night did he know this? Did the FBI or police, give him this information? Or is this...
This is 11 o'clock at night. How the hell do you know all this information?
It's just his personal opinion, because he's saying that when he heard the shot rang out, that he already knew that it was from a rooftop and that it was a kill shot from 200 feet. And I'm going to go back to this video, but I'm going to show you because I found him that day also, and he is...
And remember, this event or this situation happened at 12 o'clock? Yeah, 12 o'clock p.m.
Was it 12?
So about 11 o'clock that night,
I thought it was more like 1 or 2.
Hanging out with the sniper. It was a loud bang because he was standing right. He was probably smoking a cigarette with the sniper, I guess. And then he knows that it was a sniper, I guess because he's seen him. And then he turns around and says he was a professional because he did a good job.
Stating something
Because I hired him, right?
different, that he heard pop, pop.
No ads, please stop. We hate ads. Come on, Ed. There you go.
Just left. I've gone uptown, but I was right on the down.
And this is the actor. Remember the boy, the actor.
In this building, and I was walking through the door, and it's like boom, boom, right behind me.
Okay, so Phil, which is it? Was it boom, boom right behind you, and you kind of seemed lost and confused, and like you didn't have a clue what was going on? To 11:30 at night.
Boom, boom right behind me.
So I'm not sure if that's Candace Owens's voice, because Mr. Let Go is playing videos of Candace Owen, of Glenn Beck, and maybe one or two TikTokers that I don't know their names.
Because I was right next to Charlie Kirk, or was it boom, boom right next to me because I was smoking a cigarette with the sniper on the roof? Something don't sound right, y'all.
You remember yourself being right by the rooftop and knowing that it was a kill shot from 200 feet.
The shot was very loud, and I determined pretty quickly that whoever it was on the roof, and it was a 200-yard kill shot by somebody who knew what they were doing.
Yeah, Phil, you've got some explaining to do, because again, you just said that you knew rather quickly that it was from a rooftop 200 feet away. You knew that information. Well, here again is the interview, and a police officer, a badged police officer, walks by you and said, "Did anyone see him?" Funny how you don't say a word. Not one.
So before we get to that,
But then he comes back at midnight to look for police officers to tell them thanks for doing such a good job. The guy doesn't make any sense at all. It's sort of like he's inserting himself into the scene to keep his thumb on the pulse to see who knows what when, right?
would like to contribute to the channel, you can do it in a number of ways. One, you can join my Patreon, which I've been saying earlier. And the Patreon link is under this video or either in the chat or in the comment section. Two, you can drop a Cash App, $10, $20, $100, $50, or whatever, just to contribute to the channel. Because the more I talk about this Charlie Kirk situation, YouTube is demonetizing the majority of the videos right after I do the damn video. So right after this live is over, they're probably going to demonetize the shit. All right. So if you want to contribute to the channel, Cash App is $AARON 1000 $AARON.
But yeah, check out his channel. Most of his videos, I think, are about relationships with family members, and also with like trying to figure out your life partner, kind of like vetting your dates kind of thing.
1000. All right. And let's get these likes up. If you could, we got 3,000 people watching. We need at least another 1,000 likes. So 1,000 of you, well, 2,000 of you have not hit the like button. So can you please hit the like button and contribute to the channel? Cash App, $AARON 1000, or buy one of my card games. This whole situation is getting more and more difficult for me because it's almost every video I put out now is getting demonetized. They don't want nobody talking about Charlie Kirk.
Word.
That's true.
So why not?
Unbelievable. Good to see him. Did you guys see him? I did not see him, no.
I don't think they want anybody to figure out what the F is really going on with it. That's what I think.
Okay, so here we have Phil Lyman staring at a badged police officer who is asking anybody, witnesses around, did you see anything?
Oh, shit. Oh,
why not?
Shit. Got him.
Did you guys see him? I did not see him, no.
He literally says,
He said I did not.
he literally says to the cop, I did not see him, no. But then he's got these 3 stories.
Let me be quiet.
Look at that guy.
Yes, send this video to Candace. Send this video to Candace. Candace is the main person who's talking about Phil Lyman. I don't think she has this information. Send this video to Candace Owens right now.
Yeah, more people need to be talking about Phil Lyman, in my opinion.
Okay, so here we have Phil Lyman staring at a badged police officer who is asking anybody, witnesses around, did you see anything? Did you see him? Phil says nothing. But he so boldly tells us, in his own words, that he knew instantly, that it was a kill shot from the rooftop, 200 feet away, by someone who knew what they were doing. Anybody find this odd? Why wouldn't he tell that police officer? Because I know if you would have told them, it could have helped.
Especially when this is his friend. Like, he's not even traumatized.
I determined pretty quickly that whoever it was on the roof, and it was a 200-yard kill shot by somebody who knew what they were doing.
We got him.
Feeling it at the time was that this was not an action of hate against Charlie Kirk. It was an action of hate against America, against all of us.
OMG, when he goes off with his theories, like he's right away trying to cook up the whole like Civil War thing. This wasn't an act of violence against Charlie Kirk. This was an act of violence against all of us.
And it would be a disservice to his memory for us to divide and to hate each other.
Oh, that's right. She's not going live today. She's taking a vacation from this until Monday. But she's not on vacation. She's just not doing a live stream. So still, send this video to Candace Owens.
Oh, get ready, because it's about to get even more interesting. Because he comes up
It's
with
getting worse.
a third storyline that's completely contradicting both of his other two. So in this new version that he's going to give us, he's going to tell us that he heard a gunshot or he didn't even know whatever it was. Okay. So if you are sleeping in a position like this,
You gotta love it when the lying liars telling themselves. It seems like they always do, huh? 1 sec. Get this skipped.
We still have not gotten to why the hell was Phil Lyman, out of all people, in Romania with Erika Kirk. We ain't even got there yet. So make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. We got a
Phil Lyman in Romania with Erika Kirk. And then this other guy, I wrote down his name. Let's see, let me set that down for a second. The base commander, I think his name is Otto Buscher, and Lloyd Sparks. Those are two very interesting names. So Otto Buscher was arrested in Romania for trafficking the minors. I think he was the base commander, Commander Buscher. And then Lloyd Sparks, I forget who he is. Yeah, Colonel Buscher III is Otto Buscher. So, and I do want to read some parts of Virginia's book to you guys too. Okay, Phil Lying Man is on my radar. What a perfect name. Yeah, good one, Patricia. But also write down Otto Buscher, Colonel Buscher III, who was arrested in Romania for the trafficking, who also was working with Erika Kirk. So Otto Buscher was working with her at the Romanian Angels, as was Phil Lyman. And then this guy, Lloyd Sparks, I think that's the guy that Phil Lyman was like, oh, yeah, we need people like Lloyd Sparks. I think that's the guy that I looked up that I was like, oh, pedo. Okay. But very, very interesting connections that all lead back to the e-files, to the Trumpstein files. But what I want to insert here too is that people often wonder out loud if Jeffrey was abused as a child, and he would never say whether he was or he wasn't, not even under oath in a deposition where he answered with, "I'm going to plead the fifth on that to not incriminate myself." Kind of says what needs to be said, I think. To me, that's an admission that he was. Not to give him a free pass when he's abusing everybody else, but it makes sense why he's such an effing monster.
A lot to talk about. Hit the thumbs up button, y'all.
So was it a pop? What is it? You knew exactly it was 200 yards away and on a rooftop and a kill shot from a pro? Or is it you thought you heard a gunshot, you don't even know what it was at this time? Which is it? And now he's claiming that everyone else around him is acting odd and starts blaming kids in the area for saying F you, shouting it to the people that are running.
He's about to start blaming trans kids, gay kids, and goth kids. He's trying to start that narrative all by his big old self.
Away. Well, what happened to your interview of you saying that you want to pull America together in this tragedy? So are you pulling us together or are you pulling us apart? What story are you telling?
I went up top, the back of the venue, right when the gunshot happened.
There we go, right there. He doubles down on it. He doubles down on the lie, right there. We got him. Drop, we got him in the chat. Drop, we got him in the chat. Drop, we got him in the chat. He doubles down on his first story.
You thought you heard a gunshot. You don't even know what it was at this time. Which is it? And now he's claiming that everyone else around him is acting odd and starts blaming kids in the area for saying F you, shouting it to the people that are running away. Well, what happened to your interview of you saying that you want to pull America?
What he's saying is that there were a bunch of kids who weren't running away, who weren't scared because they were in on it.
Together in this tragedy. So are you pulling us together or are you pulling us apart? What story are you telling?
I went up top, the back of the venue, right when the gunshot happened. Now, I don't know if it was a gunshot. I don't even know what all of that was at this point. But the thing I noticed is that there were some people, while everyone was hiding behind the retaining walls and ducking down and, wondering what's going to come next. There were a group of kids who were not hiding. And it was kind of the LGBTQ. I walked right over and I said, and I heard one of them, utter a real nasty epithet.
Wait, what?
That's really weird. A real nasty epitaph. I think this is from Glenn Beck, the part that he's playing right now.
How do you know the kids was LGBT? What? What is he talking about? And what does that have to do with this? He's setting a narrative.
Not to Charlie Kirk, or not to Charlie Kirk, but to the crowd that's running away. Go F yourselves type of thing. And I said, was that gunshot not right here? And they said, yeah, it was right over there. The point being, they weren't afraid. They knew something. They knew something that the rest of the people in that.
What does it say?
Let me just tell you, this man looks diabolical. I know you can't really see him because it gets kind of washed out. He looks diabolical as he's telling this story. He looks like a freaking ghost with like hollowed out eyes.
What does it say? What does this say to you? He is trying to say that some members of the LGBTQ community did this. That's what he's trying to say. He's trying to set a narrative saying those people are the ones that did it because everybody was running except for gay people.
Except for the gay people. It gets kind of funny. Everybody was running except the gay people.
Don't hear gunshots or something? Like, what are you talking about?
Gay people don't hear gunshots.
Sound crazy, sir. Talking about they wasn't running like the non-gay people was running. What?
You gotta laugh.
Didn't know. They were not afraid. If the gunshot was right over there, if the gunshot was right behind them, why are they not hitting the ground? Why are they not running? Why are they not concerned? Hold it. You know, I was afraid it was going to turn into a mass shooting. So I'm not. Hang on. Where is this coming from? Hang on.
Oh wait, no, this is
Slow down. I want to hit rewind.
This was.
I noticed how he tried to shut that down. Whoa. Let's rewind.
This is not Glenn Beck. Sorry.
This guy's a joke to me. And then he goes on to say this.
They're part of the dying Republican Party. That's the side of the Republican Party that needs to go away because they're not Republicans and they don't have our values. And
the part of the Republican Party that need to go away because they don't align with your beliefs or values. Phil, you just single-handedly shit on Charlie Kirk's legacy, name, what he fought for every day of his life, and what he lost his life fighting for.
And remember, this guy was trying to be governor of Utah.
Not just
he's
was.
Not higher up, but he's trying to be.
Not just was trying to be governor of Utah. He's still trying to become the governor of Utah. So, and yeah, it wasn't Glenn Beck's show. Who's the other guy that is not William Barr, but the other guy who reminds me so much of William Barr? The one who did Hard Time for Trump. Let's see. I'll get his name in a second. He's one of my least favorite people, but sometimes I forget his name because I get him and William Barr confused.
So he's doing this in order to get attention.
He went and tried to pull people that did not have his beliefs and values over to our side, to change them, to change their hearts, their minds, to bring them to Jesus.
Oh.
Yet here you are, damn it.
Steve Bannon. That's the show. So he's taking footage from Steve Bannon's interview with Phil Lyman, and then he's splicing it with this Candace Owens stuff. So let me check out your question here, Patricia. So there are people out there who believe Charlie is alive. Yes, there are. Any big names that are putting this thought out there? I'm not sure. I kind of think that maybe on Patreon, Mr. Let Go might be, but I'm not sure.
Being within your own side, telling people that do not align with your values or beliefs in your own Republican Party to get out. I'm in Republican Party, so if I don't align with your beliefs and values, I should get out.
Yeah.
That is exactly what Charlie was fighting for, to bring people together, and you are so openly trying to pull us apart. So you can come to your own conclusion about this guy, but mine is he's just got too many connections with everything I just showed you laid out, as well as his family owns the house that caught the video footage of Tyler Robinson and decided to release it to TMZ, of all places.
Yep.
Here, take this random footage of this guy. So we got that connection.
And I don't trust TMZ at all. I used to. I think they've gone to the dark side. They've sold out.
Y'all hear that, right? I said earlier that his aunt's house got ring camera footage of Tyler Robinson walking down the street. Wow.
And he was there at the house when the footage was recording Tyler Robinson walking in front of his aunt's house. He was in the house.
It was Tyler Robinson walking down his street out of all streets. Because Tyler Robinson is just some kid that he decided to connect to this whole thing. In my opinion, I think he is the main person that connected Tyler Robinson to this whole thing.
He's a patsy, in my opinion.
And Tyler Robinson is in jail because when you get a warrant for your arrest, you got to go to jail. You have to turn yourself in. You can't just turn around and say, no, I didn't do it, and you're going to stay home. No, they're going to kick your door in. So this guy who was running for governor, so that means he knows a lot of people in Utah. Think about that. He knows probably every law enforcement agency in Utah because he's somewhere in the government, but he's not at the same time because he's running for governor. So he's not really there, but he's there, right? And next thing you know, he probably called up his friends and says, hey, this is the guy. We got him because we caught him on my aunt's ring camera footage. His name is Tyler Robinson. And he turns around and sends them a picture of his nephew.
You catch
and
that?
Said, that's him.
He sends the FBI a picture of his nephew saying that it's Tyler Robinson. But yeah, I love your last comment. It's truly amazing that people truly believe everything is gay and transgender people's fault. How freaking dumb can a person be? And then these people, this like extreme MAGA people, are like so hyper focused on kids' genitalia and such, you know, which is like the very definition of being a pedo. Seriously.
He's also seen in a video saying something about Tyler getting in a car with something. I'd love to see that video footage. And then he also has a family member that was part of videotaping the police finding or searching for the gun the day of the assassination. What are the odds of all that? So I'm just going to end.
That's Phil Lyman has a videotape of the footage of the police finding the weapon. Billy is here. Hello, hello. How are you, my dear? Phil Lyman, running for governor, is the guy who was like the stage manager of the street theater of Charlie Kirk's incident on the 10th of September. And then this video that I'm showing is Mr. Let It Go that was made on October 10th. And luckily, I woke up at 5 a.m. with a wild hair and was able to suddenly find the video that is now unlisted. So I'm documenting it for the tube of you and, you know, breaking it up. How are you doing, my dear? Yeah, Romania.
This video with this.
Wait, Phil Lyman is running for the governor of Romania, of Utah. But he was in Romania with Erika Kirk back in 2013. He got busted in 2014 for committing agricultural land use crimes. It all ties in with the whole trafficking thing. He was convicted and sentenced, and then he was pardoned in 2020 by Tenacious D, and he's also a tax expert.
Phil, what is done in the dark will come to light. Let me know your thoughts. I do want to linger on a moment for what you just told us, and I'm going to ask the team to pull back up that surveillance footage that we've gotten from TMZ from those neighborhood cameras. You said that in that footage is your driveway, and you parked there at 11:30 a.m. We know this footage that you're looking at was taken at 11:49 a.m. So you would have been on that street, that driveway, 19 minutes.
Right across.
He's with you.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. All right, so I'm going to make this bigger. Pause. So y'all can see.
TMZ, of all places. Here, take this random footage of this guy. So we got that connection. He's also seen in a video saying something about Tyler getting in a car with something. I'd love to see that video footage. And then he also has a family member that was part of videotaping the police finding or searching for the gun the day of the assassination. What are the odds of all that? So I'm just going to end this video with this. Phil, what is done in the dark will come to light.
Phil is sus AF. Absolutely. And hardly anybody's talking about him. I've talked about him, but I didn't write his freaking name down. And then I couldn't find this freaking video because they made it unlisted. So I'm so happy I found it.
On a moment for what you just told us, and I'm going to ask the team to pull back up that surveillance footage that we've gotten from those neighborhood cameras. You said that in that footage is your driveway, and you parked there at 11:30 a.m. We know this footage that you're looking at was taken at 11:49 a.m. So you would have been on that street, that driveway, 19 minutes.
Right across. Yeah, it's not my driveway; it's my aunt's driveway. Parking lot was very full. He's walking in front of my aunt's house there right now, and my cousin's house. It's really astonishing to me.
Astonishing.
See, his whole family owns that whole street. So
they own 12
because
houses
his
on
whole
that
family
street.
owns that street, he decided to set a narrative and say the person that sniped Charlie Kirk was walking down my street. And because he's somewhere, adjacent to the government, because he tried to run for governor, people know him.
He tried in
people trust him.
2024.
So no matter what he says, it's just the truth.
And he's running
He just
again
made this whole thing up.
in
And
2028.
then we went back to this house afterwards. They thought they had the shooter. So I took a friend of mine. We went back to my aunt's house and said, well, we'll just hang out here for a while. And for long, the people were combing the backyard. As you saw, she had the footage of that. And pretty soon helicopters are overhead. And so this is very, very local to me.
I want y'all to think about this. If you just sniped somebody, would you just be lazily just walking down the street?
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Would you just be like
And texting your
walking
lover.
down the street, buy you a candy bar and just be walking down the street? Wouldn't you be like at least traveling through woods or traveling through the backyards of people's houses? Because common sense would tell you don't want to get caught on nobody's Ring camera. So this literally proves that Tyler Robinson didn't do it, because what person is dumb enough to literally just walk down the middle of a street? You'll be walking through some woods. I thought Tyler Robinson, when he got off the roof, he ran to the woods. Why is he walking through a subdivision? Because that wasn't him.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that footage of him walking with the stiff leg, supposedly with the rifle down his pants leg, I thought that was on the way to the shooting, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think it's all a bunch of crap too.
I mean, not only is it Utah, but it's kind of my neighborhood where I spent so much of my childhood and all of my relatives. Yeah. This is really astonishing. I got up yesterday morning at 6 o'clock to drive up and meet Charlie, and I
got up at 6 in the morning to meet Charlie.
You heard him right. He had to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go meet Charlie. You had to wake up 6 o'clock in the morning to go meet Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Did you plan this event?
Yep. Oh wait, no, I'm not supposed to answer that
Phil
question.
Lyman
just supposed to ask
planned
it.
This entire event.
Certainly seems like he had something to do with it.
Plan this event, because if not, why are you meeting Charlie Kirk 6 o'clock in the morning?
And let's just say he might feel like he owes the president something for the pardon that he was given in 2020. I don't know.
Why?
Allegedly, exactly.
Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's get to 3,000 likes, y'all. We had 1,300 likes, so I appreciate y'all hitting the like button. But can we get to 3,000 likes? Possibly. Can everybody hit the like button? Can everybody hit the like button? Possibly. Thank y'all for being here, though.
He's got a really big channel, Mr. Let Go. I like
one thing after another, and so astonishing that this could happen in Utah.
Now, just to be clear, and to reiterate, 19 minutes before the shooter walks across, he had just pulled into the driveway. Phil Lyman pulled into the driveway. He says that he...
But of course, I don't agree with everything Mr. Let Go says. Let me catch up with reading some of these things. Billy, I haven't read much of your stuff out loud. Romania, you don't say. Utah, it comes up a lot in sus cases. Yeah, it does. I have the same thought about TMZ. I think it's TMZ. Yeah, there you go. You fixed it. And yeah, I used to like Harvey and the black guy with the dreadlocks too, but especially Harvey, I think is really cheesy and not being forthright. I don't think he's out for justice anymore. He's out for the cover-up, right? Then I watched him slowly change. Exactly. It's been about a year now since I've watched TMZ. Yeah, I've totally given up on it. I don't even waste my time. Where it used to be a real go-to because they were like on it. I still say they are all lying and not acting right. Exactly, Billy darling. Billy. Hello, hello. Of course not what the actual F allegedly. Eating a candy bar and walking down the street. I thought you were saying you're eating a candy bar. You know better than that. Mainlining sugar. Was there a candy bar involved? We won't go off on the Twinkie defense, right? It's a totally different thing.
So Charlie Kirk right there, we're going to get to that. Also, when he says, like, he grew up there and his family, I mean, his family owned, we were able to determine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 homes right there.
On that same
Incredible.
street.
Okay, absolutely incredible. And that, his little press tour, obviously now you're like, you know, explain your car was in the driveway. So the issue's close to him. That kind of makes sense. Then he went on to Alex Jones and spoke about where he was when the shot rang out. And what's kind of, and I'm laughing here, this is kind of absurd. He kind of sort of blames it on these two random goth girls, maybe. Like he's kind of implying like there were these girls that were wearing black.
Yeah, I was saying Glenn Beck. I meant Alex Jones.
And maybe they should be taking a look at further. Take a listen.
Just yesterday, someone comes in and says, we've got video. He came off the roof. He came up here to the parking lot, got in the car with an individual, and they drove away. Well, that's not the story that came that he escaped another round. There are people who are coordinating this thing. I do not believe that 30-06 that they showed recovered in the bushes was ever on the roof. I think it was in the bushes to start with. And now I'm not saying that Tyler Robinson wasn't on the roof. I'm not saying he didn't pull a trigger. I know I was in very, very close proximity.
So K-Zen, and if y'all want me to read your comment, make sure to put it in the super chat. Y'all want me to read your comment, make sure to put it in the super chat. I'm reading this one because it just ran across my eyes. So y'all want me
while
to see
I'm thinking of it, somebody said in one of the comments that they tried to like hit the hype button on my video and that there is no hype button for me. I was like, that's nice, YouTube. Another way of shadow banning. Thank ya. They're so annoying.
or read something or stop the live to, read your comment, put it in super chat. So KZN says, how can you possibly have 12 houses in the same place?
Right. So it's supposed to be like how you can hit the like button, that you can also hit the height button. But yeah, there isn't a height button, I guess. I don't know. Here, let's get back on this. So where are we at with this video? Because it's like 2 hours long. And I was going to try to break it up into tonight's video and then a video tomorrow. But at the same time, I kind of want to do it all as soon as possible so that it doesn't go away, But yeah, we're only about halfway through almost.
Buy a house.
We don't have to listen to the whole thing though, too. It gets repetitive.
Buy another house. Like say the subdivision just gets built. Possibly, I don't know.
The thing is,
you can buy all the houses.
Is that it's kind of
members can all buy the houses.
Not been scrubbed.
First got built.
Not scrubbed, but it's unlisted. So you can only find it if you have the link.
They never left, so that might be a reason.
I don't know how to internet archive it. Do you know how, Billy?
That's open.
That'd be awesome if you do.
Maybe a house was for rent.
The link is in the description.
Another house was for rent.
Of this video.
A rental company owned all the houses and they came in and rented all 12 houses. So I don't know. But here's another question that I want y'all to ask to yourselves, because it's more important, is how in the world is Tyler Robinson walking down the one damn street that your entire family owns? Think about that. You're running for governor. So you are in the pockets of politicians all through Utah. And a person snipes somebody and they just happen to walk through your entire family's neighborhood? That makes zero sense. Like the possibilities, the probability of that is just insane.
This chick thing, like I say, I left the front of the stage. I wanted to meet some of my friends and bring them down front. So I was clear at the east end, and I heard this loud boom.
We got
I heard this
all
loud
three
bang.
pups in
And I
here
turned
now.
around and I'm looking like, what was that? What was that? And pretty soon some people started, running. Everyone was trying to process. And I thought, this is a gunshot, and there's going to be more of them. I thought it could turn into a mass shooting. So I go to the people closest to me. Everyone's ducking down behind the concrete retaining walls, and some of them were still kind of oblivious.
Everyone's ducking down behind the retaining walls except the gay and trans people.
But there were two people that were standing there. Two girls, very goth, very black.
Oh, wait. And the goth girls. They're not afraid of guns either.
And I just walked.
Very black. Sonia says, so he recruited Tyler Robinson to pin this on. That is a very possible theory.
So I have the link to this video that I'm playing for you in the description of this live that we're in right now, because it is unlisted. I saw it 2 weeks ago, the day that it was dropped. And then I'd been trying to find it ever since, and I couldn't find it. And then at 5 in the morning, 4:30 this morning, I woke up and thought, oh, go through the history. But I had to meditate and remember exactly what day it was. I had to remember what I was doing when I was listening to it. And luckily I could, because that's not always going to be the case. But so then I went back to October 10th on my history, found the link, and then I rewatched it today a handful of times because it's really good. It's really informative. And if I had just written down Phil Lyman's name, but then I would have never gone back to find this video, and I wouldn't have known that it got unlisted.
Because if you're close to the police,
so I guess that's good that I didn't write it down.
And nobody knows anything. And the guy that ran for governor and knows everybody in the city, his whole family lives in Utah, and he's a part of all of this. And then sounds like he's one of the people who put this whole UVU event together. And then he's the one who goes to the police and says, hey, I know who did it. Tyler Robinson, I got him on ring cam, which has nothing to do with nothing. It's just some random boy that's walking down the street. Hey, look, we got him on ring cam. And look at his leg. He's limping. He has the gun in his pants. Oh, we got him. And next thing you know, they go arrest the damn boy.
Won't let me. It's not letting me pin it. But thank you, Billy. That's awesome. No, you can keep it there. You can keep the link there. I was just trying to pin it, and it wouldn't let me.
Because of who he is and how well trusted he is in Utah, yes, they're going to believe him and just lock the boy up.
Stepped up to the side, and I said, did that not happen right here? Did you hear that? Was that right here? And they said, yeah, it was just right over there. So they're confirming, yeah, the shooter or wherever that sound came from is right here. The thing that didn't really dawn on me is that they were not running. They were not frightened. In fact, as I stepped up, I heard one of the girls, and they were talking to each other, and they're looking at these kids, looking at the scene down below of all these people fleeing for their lives. And she says, go F yourselves.
Yeah, right.
Like I said, I was not processing that. I was trying to figure out what was going on. I thought this is a separate conversation. I don't know what it is. In hindsight, as I've watched that over and over, it's like these people were not afraid.
Okay, so what I get from that is he was a pie, because he says they're looking down below, and that maybe people that are wearing black are immediately suspects. I don't know, because they were not afraid. Anyways, he also went on to a local Utah news station and spoke about how he was with Charlie just before Charlie went on to stage. Take a listen.
Phil, thanks for joining us, first of all. I saw a picture. I saw a picture of you with Charlie Kirk, and it looks like you were maybe right before he went on stage. Is this just minutes before this happened?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no, I was
he was right there.
And when he came out with throwing hats, I was.
He was tracking him.
He
was tracking his prey.
The shooting took place, but I needed to go meet some of my friends. I didn't want to just hang around. So there's a part of me that's glad that I wasn't.
It's weird too the way he keeps talking about meeting some of his friends. All of a sudden, that's just one of the 3 stories that involves all these friends, his imaginary friends. I thought Charlie was his friend, but he doesn't seem to have an iota of emotion about it. That's another red flag right there.
Part of me that feels bad that I wasn't there.
He watched his dear friend get red-rummed, and there's 0 emotion.
Some form of moral, presence and support is such a tragic thing.
just such a tragic thing.
When I combine those clips, I'm kind of unclear as to where he was exactly when the shots rang out, if he was close or if he felt that he wasn't close. Anyways, he went onto Instagram that night as Tiffany was prepping her Good Morning America hit, I suppose, and he speaks further about what he was doing back onto campus and what exactly he remembers. Take a listen. Again, this is on September 10th, and it's around 11:30 p.m. at night.
Hey, it's September 10th, 2025, and I was just heading back from...
So this is really weird. This is when he goes back to the scene of the crime right before midnight on the same day that his good buddy was red rummed right in front of him.
Lake to Blanding. We had a very late start. It's about 11:30 at night, and I wanted to swing back by UVU campus where Charlie Kirk was killed today and see if I could let a few of the police officers know how much I appreciate the work they're doing, see if there's some college students here that I could rub shoulders with, more for my benefit than for theirs. But what I really wanted to share was I was very close this morning where Charlie Kirk was at, met him backstage, and we talked for a moment before he went on stage, and I was backstage as he started speaking.
You know, I just made the connection, rub shoulders with, kind of like a little massage. Seriously.
Go up top, and I went up.
It's just a weird thing to say.
Top, but ironically was very close to where the shooter was.
Because he also got the cliche wrong. It's more like rubbing elbows. Weird thing to say.
Hold on, let me get to these super chats real quick. And thank y'all so much for just being here, because this is breaking news. This is absolute breaking news right here. Hey, bro.
It's been a month and a half since it happened.
Thank you so much for the super sticker. Cinzia, thank you so much. Thank you, Marjorie, for becoming a member. K-Zen, thank you so much for the $20
Awesome.
super chat. He is extremely lucky. He is everywhere.
I love that. He's extremely lucky. He's everywhere. That's funny.
Eye of Taurus, remember FBI said they captured him 33 hours later.
What's up with the 33, you guys? Do you know? It's all that like geometria crap.
That makes a lot of sense. You're right. Tyler was paid to do something that he wasn't even told the whole plan. Oh, and he wasn't told the whole plan.
Which is pretty much what I think happened with Koberger, too, in the Idaho 4.
Maybe Tyler was the getaway driver or something, but Tyler didn't do none of this. He wasn't, Charlie Kirk was not sniped. Something else may have happened to him, but it was.
I actually know somebody who knows Tyler Robinson's family. I just found this out. And yeah.
He was not sniped.
So apparently, the shot was very loud, and I determined pretty quickly that whoever it was on the roof. It was a 200-yard kill shot.
Where was he? I don't know. I find this to be a little weird, but look, let's be clear. By no means conclusive of anything other than perhaps a strange coincidence, and maybe.
I love the way she says not conclusive of anything. I think it's pretty conclusive, actually, that the guy's full of crap.
This is why he feels so impassioned and wants to keep speaking about it. Also, he's a gubernatorial candidate. Makes sense. This would be a political moment to show that you're a leader. And look, life is not exactly an Agatha Christie novel, right? Where the guilty party.
Except that it is. They always insert themselves. Scammy, right?
Himself into the investigation. So I park that aside. I keep pushing, and I'm following more public leads. But also, I do recall in the back of my mind that both Phil and Tiffany Barker, and as it would turn out, another person that lives on that street with the last name Shumway, kept trying to get me to look into Governor Cox because he's, according to Tiffany, very supportive of the trans stuff. You should look into Tiffany said into Governor Cox. And similarly, the Shumway emails were like, you should look into this Governor Cox because he likes trans.
So you got to remember.
He likes trans. Stupid, man. Like, I don't think they're trying to say he's a perv about it, but just that he doesn't think that they should all be put in gulags, right?
Phil Lyman is trying to become governor. So somebody in Phil Lyman's family turns around and says, hey, you might want to look into Governor Cox.
Because his last
the
name
cousin
is
or the good
nasty.
folks of the man that's trying to become governor.
My little joke there. His last name is Cox, so you might want to look into him. He's probably a perv because he's got that last name. Let's see.
Governor Cox onto something that Governor Cox has nothing to do with because Phil Lyman wants to be governor.
I agree, Patricia.
They're open and close. And I don't know how the executives over at Turning Point USA sleep at night. Okay. I don't know how you can present yourselves as a.
Okay. Turning Point USA has a lot of weird connections with pedos. I just got to let you know that. I found some information today. I'll talk more about it probably tomorrow. I'm so heartbroken for Richard and his family. Me too, Patricia. I agree. He got a raw deal. Absolutely. It was that Ron guy whose property they were on. The guy with the history. The horse farmer.
Christian organization and not be dedicating yourself to the truth. No matter what the cost is, you tell the truth. That's it. Okay. You don't hide it. You don't try to obfuscate it. You don't try to say, well, wait until the memorial event before we start looking into who murdered him. You tell the truth and you tell it immediately.
No, you don't wait. That's bullcrap.
That.
That's absolutely bullcrap.
I think the same people that were pressuring Charlie.
That's just an
pressuring
excuse.
them. In fact, I know that for a fact. So they might need my help. Okay, I'm going to state this, and I'm going to challenge Turning Point USA executives to issue a very clean statement saying that I am lying if this is not true.
I know everything.
So a week before Charlie lost his life, he expressed concerns about the finances.
So yeah,
What just happened?
There's a lot of money going in and out of Turning Point, kind of like it was a shell company, that it was like a laundering kind of thing.
Oh, y'all, something just went crazy. So let's get into this part right here. I don't know why it's over here. I made a mistake. It's right here. So now we're going to talk about why was Phil Lyman with the Romanian Angels. Y'all listen to this.
Yeah, we've got to get into this part.
This is a video posted by Erika Kirk at her Romanian Angels charity back in 2013. It's important to note that at the end of this video, she thanks Colonel Busher, an alleged sex and human for partnering with her on this task of bringing gifts to these Romanian children. Colonel Busher III.
He was arrested. I think that the charges didn't stick, but he was arrested for trafficking. Colonel Busher III.
Colonel Busher III. Colonel Busher III is an Army officer who served as colonel and commander at the Black Sea Area Support Team for U.S. forces in Romania. Now, it's important to note that in November of 2019, a former translator at the base from the 2010s to the mid-2010s filed a criminal complaint with Romania's Anti-Organized Crime Directorate, otherwise known as DICOT. She accused Busher, along with U.S. Master Sergeant Lloyd Sparks and others, of involvement in an organized prostitution and human.
Lloyd Sparks. That's another name. If you have a notebook, you might want to write that one down. Lloyd Sparks.
Ring operating within the base during 2012 and 2013. The allegations included bringing women, including tadpoles, onto the base for forced sexual services with American soldiers, with Busher personally benefiting and approving access. The former translator that accused him of this also claimed that this was confirmed by U.S. investigators.
The modeling, the pageants, the military, the UN, all coordinating their efforts for this underground railroad, let's say.
During a separate probe into fund misappropriation and cited harassment she faced after reporting it. However, DICOT investigated the complaint and closed the case in 2023 without filing charges. You draw your own.
So 2023 is when they wrapped it up and said, nothing to see over here, folks. Nothing to see over here. Let's see.
Being here.
Conclusions, but the case is
Yeah,
getting even
thank
more
you guys for
suspicious.
being
If you want the
here.
link to the original video, I will put it into my story.
Oh, it's the first time I've really been back.
Yeah, you were out front of the main guy recording.
Yeah, I was down with Charlie
Yeah.
at the beginning. And then I came back for back.
So another.
Some people, because I wanted to bring him down to meet.
Wait. This is another different story. This is on the same day. This is all from September 10th.
The Sorensen building right here, because I was out there, and the fact that I kind of stepped in the building, and it was like right behind me, so I knew like, this is really,
The way he
really
keeps
close
touching
to me.
his neck.
There's a couple of girls standing there. I said, "That was right here, wasn't it?" And they said, "Yeah, it's right over there." And they kind of pointed.
His eyes, he looks
So I'm
demonic.
looking at the bushes, and it was right here, wasn't it? And they said, "Yeah, it's right over there." And they kind of
Absolutely
pointed
looks
up over
demonic.
to the- So I'm looking at the bushes, and
Okay.
Which, granted,
So what?
in real life, your friend gets assassinated in your presence. You might be looking demonic too. I mean, you might be feeling some emotion though too.
Right here, the guy is going to start saying something different about what happened with Charlie Kirk, and then you'll hear Phil Lyman agree with him. But before we get to that, shout out to Cynthia. Tyler was paid to do something that he was. Oh, I read that. I Taurus. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say maybe to initiate Phil. Oh, maybe to initiate him. Okay, they put him up to cut the loose ends, aka Charlie.
Remember, he was pardoned by Trump in 2020. He might have been told, you owe us. You got to do this.
That's why I say Phil Lyman is a prime suspect. So let me read this again, because this is important.
Wax. I
I'm gonna
spilled
go
some
out
wax
limb
on me.
and maybe to initiate
I just
Phil,
noticed
they
that.
put
I'm like,
him
what?
up to cut loose ends, aka Charlie Kirk. Once
How did I not notice that?
apparently was charging his since he was apparently changing his views on IHOP. That's a thought. That's definitely a thought. Cynthia says, didn't he blame golf girls first, then the LGBTQ, and now cops? Exactly. This man is just saying.
This wax smells really good though. It's like strawberry something. I didn't realize that I spilt it on my shirt. What's IHOP, you guys? Can you help me out with that? I know it's not the International House of Pancakes and House of Prayer. I don't know what IHOP is in this setting. Do you know?
All kinds of shit for different reasons.
Maybe House of
watch
Prayer.
What he says right here. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. Are we at 2,000 likes yet? No, we almost at 2,000 likes, y'all. We're almost at 2,000 likes. Everybody hit the thumbs up button. And thank y'all for hitting the like button. I really appreciate y'all.
I think it's all an Israel CIA cover-up thing, and Charlie's not really dead, and there's a bunch of acting going on, and it's a big stage. And
now listen to what Phil Lyman says.
There's a lot of people playing their role.
I'm telling you, that's so like a few days later, right? So
a bunch of acting going on, and it's a big stage, and there's a lot of people playing their role.
I'm telling you, that's so like a few days later, right? So I got up at.
And the rest is history, folks.
I do not agree with what Phil Lyman said. I don't agree with what this person said. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk has passed away September 10th. I do not agree with what that person said.
Talk removed.
At least not on YouTube. He doesn't. He might on Patreon. I don't know.
At Turning Point USA, they offered $150 million for a fact. So they might need my help.
So they deny the whole thing about the $150 million offer, but wait till you hear what they say about stopping money transfers going into their own accounts.
Okay, I'm going to state this, and I'm going to challenge Turning Point USA executives to issue a very clean statement saying that I am lying if this is not true.
I know everything.
So a week before Charlie lost his life, he expressed some concerns about the finances at Turning Point USA.
Was Charlie offered $150 million from Israel?
As far as I know, no. There was money sent to us, like practically in multiple instances where they're trying to cram it down our bank account. And we said, no, we canceled like money.
What a weird phrase, trying to cram it down our bank account. That's where I think it's some laundering going on. Who tries to cram money down your bank account? And who would not allow someone to cram money down their bank account?
Wires and things.
And I will say this, my sources at Turning Point said something that I found to be crucial, interesting. They said that Charlie wasn't just concerned about where the money was going, but also where the money was coming from.
A great story. I can't really tell you who this was, but it was a very important person. And it happened with
a VIP. I love the way they show the dog. I don't know if this might be a TikTok channel called dogversusworld.com. I've heard of that. I'm sure you guys have too, right?
Hours of the news.
It's really cute with the dog.
In, she takes it because it was a very important person. And the question was to her, okay, so this is a starting point. What do you know? And I think it was in reference to like Charlie's world, his work, his mission. Like, how much do you like know about what he was doing? Like, what was he doing? But it was inferred. It was like, so what do you know? And she was like,
we have some pictures of you doing some of your good work.
hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Clean your iPhone before it.
Skip.
Private Wonder Woman says your Patreon says $500 per month.
This is
It
funny.
does not say $500 per month. My Patreon says $4.99 per month. What? What are you talking about? Nothing is $500 per month. You guys think I'm gonna charge $500 per month? What are you talking about, Private Wonder Woman? What are you talking about? It's $4.99. What in the world are y'all talking
It's
about?
not 500. It's only $499. No,
What are you talking about?
$4.99.
Around the valley of Libya.
All right, so let's back up. What do you know? And I think it was in
Dog.
reference
I
to
love that dog.
Charlie's world, his work, his mission. Like, how much do you like know about what he was doing? Like, what was he doing? But it was inferred. It was like, so what do you know? And she was like,
We have some pictures of you doing some of your good work around the valley of Libya. Right now, I'm really making a conscious effort to focus on our military. To me, they're one of the main reasons why I have
That's Erika talking.
I really have to actually win a nonprofit called Everyday Heroes like you. We're entering our 5th year, so I started when I was 17. So
You know, Erika just doesn't have a past. Like zero, nothing, nada. Like she's an android or something. There's no past. Barely anything prior to 2012 when she was Miss Arizona. Then the only thing you can really find is the 4th runner-up for Miss Colorado. 3rd was Lindsay Halligan. The year before she was Miss Arizona. You know, trying to find that Miss Arizona teen from 2007. I've got one link in one of my videos to where I found that. I only have found it twice. It's nuts.
Been able to travel to the Pentagon. I've been able to meet General Salazar.
Nobody finds it odd that she's been working with the military since she was 17. Both of her parents were weapons contracts. One of them for our...
So 17, she was 19 in 2007 when she won Miss Teen Arizona. And remember, Tenacious D owned the Miss Teen USA pageant, and he owned the Miss USA pageant that she competed in. She would have competed in it, both the teen Arizona in 07, and she competed in it in 12 as Miss Arizona. I've seen footage of it. I'll try to find a link and put a link in the description to the footage. It's like 2 hours of the pageant, and I kind of sped through it and took some screenshots. So good ones of her with this like big blue thing on her head. It's pretty freaking wild.
Greatest ally over there. So there's nothing that's going to convince me that this woman, Erika Kirk, is not some sort of honeypot spy that was sent into Charlie's life to dissuade him and to guide him on the path that they want to. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments section, and make sure y'all like and follow for more.
They told you that.
Yep.
Thank you, unknown user. Unknown user says, my Patreon says it's $4.99 a month.
Exactly.
Thank you, unknown user. Like, what are you talking about? Private Wonder Woman says, oh, okay, I see. Sorry. What are y'all talking about? Just sign up for the Patreon, y'all. Sheesh. I'm posting another video on there today. And on my Patreon, just so y'all know, one, subscribe to it. It's free. But the paid Patreon is only $4.99. And I have a video about Charlie Kirk's father.
1 spoonful of honey with cinnamon before bed equals 0.
So I'm trying to pin this, Billy, and it took away your moderator privileges instead of pinning it. It's like totally spazzing out. So add as moderator. And there. Putting you back in there. Don't worry. You got your wrench back. And then see if it'll pin it this time. Pin. There you go. Okay. Dumb thing. It was like spazzing out. It wasn't me. I didn't like slip my thumb or anything. It was like doing all this weird stuff. Let me fast forward through this and then go maybe just a little bit further with this for tonight, and then we can talk a little bit. I'll read some of the memoir of Virginia Giuffre. Such a good book, such a sad story.
Memory collapse. The secret the billion-dollar industry doesn't want you.
Just in case any of you are wondering why Charlie Kirk's parents did not show up to his own funeral or memorial, I would say, I have an answer to why Charlie Kirk's parents was not at Charlie Kirk's memorial and why they didn't go up on stage. I have a reason.
I forget what he says.
The Patreon, $4.99.
Oh, you have to go to Patreon.
You can't find Charlie Kirk's parents. They're like an AI version of his parents, but there's a reason.
But Erika Kirk's father worked on the Iron Dome, and her mother worked for the Department of Defense and Homeland Security. But I guess like Homeland Security wasn't a thing until 9/11, right? Like it was invented because of 9/11. But the way she tells the story is that her mom got a job with Homeland Security and Department of Defense when she was a little tyke in the 90s, and they moved to Arizona for those jobs with Department of Defense and Homeland Security. So her story ain't holding water. It's not passing the smell test.
Why you don't even see Charlie Kirk's parents anywhere. There's a specific reason why, and I talk about it on my Patreon, and it's only $4.99. And I have Charlie Kirk's father somewhere that he doesn't supposed to be. And if you knew that Charlie Kirk's father was in this place while Charlie Kirk was alive, you would confront Charlie Kirk and be like, why was your father over there, Charlie Kirk, but he's not here anymore. So that information coming out doesn't affect Charlie Kirk because Charlie Kirk is a victim of some type of violence. Make sure to sign up for my Patreon. The link is in the chat. Sign up for the Patreon. The link is in the chat.
And Erika Kirk was continuing Charlie Kirk's legacy, and the truth is she's not. Right when Charlie started questioning a specific nation, they took him out. Almost like they just wiped it away because he was getting too close to the truth. Erika Kirk, the grieving widow who never once smudged her dark eyeshadow.
Oh, harsh. They were at the public speech. So weird. Yeah. There was something very weird about them. And something weird about Erika there too. So I just made Patricia Moss a mod to Patricia, if that's all right with you. So the next comment that you make, you should have a little blue wrench. And I also made DYI Drea a mod. So if you guys want to be my mods, if you would rather not, then I can remove it. So I just thought, why not? We need a few more mods. Like my old mods have kind of like disappeared. So if you don't mind, that'd be great.
Now says the show will go on, and she forgives him. She forgives the man who we know isn't even probably the guy. And guess what? Her father worked for Raytheon's division. This isn't Charlie's legacy. And here's what we're not supposed to talk about.
And
there is no.
Did you catch that? Raytheon division? I think I wrote that down because I'm like, what is that? What is Raytheon division? Do you guys have any idea? I haven't had a chance to look that up yet. I'm going to write it down again. I think I wrote it down. Raytheon division. I'm writing it down here. Raytheon. Do you guys know what that is? I have no idea. I've never heard of it. Charlie's dad. Whoops, where'd my pen go? My pen. Charlie's dad or Erika's dad? Charlie's dad is was an architect for Trump Tower in New York City in the late 80s, I think.
Coroner's report, no church funeral, no burial site, no official autopsy, no ballistics report, and no death certificate. The entire crime scene was destroyed, evidence erased, a private jet radar off 12 minutes away, 20 minutes after Charlie was unalived, and the weapon was found on land owned by Palantir. Patel fired multiple heads of the FBI in that.
Did you guys know that? The land where the weapon was found was owned by Palantir, Billy? What? Oh, it's engineering stuff? Thank you. That would make sense with being an architect. But is it like engineering for the government? Because that would, I don't know if that'd be weird if he was like for government and Trump back in the 80s before Charlie was even born. Yeah, the land where Tyler Robinson's weapon was found owned by Palantir, according to this content creator. Like, let's do some research and see if we can back that up.
Region days before September 10th.
Isn't that crazy?
Erika Kirk is so strong on podcasts, leaving her kids with a nanny after they watched their father's life be taken. And just 48 hours after Charlie's assassination, they marketed your grief for money and power. They turned this man's life being taken into a business and called it legacy.
Okay.
Guys, Comfort just released Comfort Kids. Hi.
Another ad. Oh, well, thank you, Patricia. Thank you for being a moderator. I'm honored to have you.
Charlie Kirk's wife is about to do the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah, like that's not
Y'all know
weird.
that?
Man, this administration is so effing weird. It's like Tenacious D wants to be a rock star. He's jealous of Bad Bunny, so he's putting Erika Kirk. Like, is she gonna sing? Is she gonna talk? I mean, I know she sings. Why don't they have Laura Trump out there singing too?
And I don't think it's a rumor.
No, it's not.
Turning Point USA is working with the Super Bowl and Bad Bunny to do the Super Bowl halftime show. They are milking this thing.
That's
tell y'all something.
Exactly accurate.
Because Charlie Kirk is no longer here, Turning Point USA is about to be worth.
Yeah. He's about to say they are about to be worth $1 billion, I think, if they're not already.
$1 billion. Because in most situations, famous people, popular people, influential people make other people more money when they're dead.
Yeah, it's just like when you're an artist, the value of your art skyrockets when you're not alive anymore.
And you don't think this man was set up? Charlie Kirk was not big enough to do the Super Bowl halftime show alive. But he's big enough to do the Super Bowl halftime show not alive.
Mm-hmm.
Turning Point USA is about to be worth $1 billion by February 2026. If they aren't already. Because most people who are famous are more influential dead than alive. This shit is crazy.
It's very sad.
This shit is crazy.
Maybe I will stop it here. Yeah, we got through a lot of it. I don't know. I mean, it's almost midnight. How much is there left? There's like about 40 minutes left. So I'll save that for tomorrow and try to chat with you guys a little bit about some other stuff real quick and read a little bit out of the book, Nobody's Girl. Let me read you this part. Let me read you this part. This is page 111. So that's a good number, right? 111. Let me move my mic a little bit. Scientists weren't the only people little E used in his vast resources to win access to, which is how I came to be transported to a multitude of powerful men. Among them were a gubernatorial candidate who was soon to win election in a Western state and a former U.S. senator. Since little E usually neglected to introduce me to these men by name or to introduce them at all, I would only learn who some of them were years later when I studied photographs of little E's associates and recognized the faces of those I was forced to have X with. There were several of these men whose names I knew well, however, because they visited Epstein's home so frequently. For example, the French modeling agent Jean-Luc Brunel, an old friend of Maxwell's, graped me repeatedly in New York and on Little E's Island. Brunel, who was in his 50s, was hard to miss. He favored loud clothing in bright colors and polka dot or paisley prints. Brunel ran MC2, a modeling agency that little E had invested in. And he was known not only for preying on the girls he represented, but also for providing girls to other men. Little E liked to boast that he'd had X with more than 1,000 girls supplied by Brunel. On one occasion, little E told me Brunel sent him 3 French 12-year-olds. I think they were triplets for his birthday. Little E had X with them, then put them on a plane back to France. On another occasion, Brunel had a group of quote, talent scouts fly to Brazil in Little E's jet to recruit underage girls off the soccer fields there. They delivered to Little E for his use and then returned to Brazil. Little E and G-Max in turn gave me to Brunel to use again and again. Sometimes we all had X together. I'll never forget how Little E and Brunel looked at one another as they abused girls side by side. Don't you think some of this is just like homoerotica? Like they can't admit to themselves that they just want to do each other. I think that with Little E and Little T, like they had a bromance going. I think that with Daddy Vladdy and Little T, total freaking bromance. Just get a room, man. Leave the little kids out of it. Just get an effing room for your grown-ass selves, right? They were truly gloating, taking a mutual malignant pleasure in our misfortune. Once Max and Little E started transporting me to strange men, I often wondered what they stood to gain. One theory is that they transported girls to some of their powerful acquaintances in the hope of being owed future favors. My impression of many of these men is that they didn't know how to pursue women. Awkwardly and socially immature, it was as if their big brains were missing the ability to interact with other people. By giving them obedient girls, Little E eliminated their need to persuade or entice potential partners, and they were grateful for it. Another theory, which is supported by the fact that Little E's houses were all outfitted with video cameras in every room, is that he wanted to record men in compromising positions in order to blackmail them later, or to blackmail them right away. My words right there. I don't know if that is true, but I do know that Little E kept a huge library of videotapes that had been recorded inside the houses. In the Manhattan townhouse, Little E himself showed me the room in which he monitored and recorded the camera feeds. It probably goes without saying that given what my father and his friend Forrest had done to me when I was a child, being transported by Little E and G-Max was painfully triggering, to the extent that I saw the two of them as pseudo-parental figures. So sad. Their disregard for my welfare as they lent me out for X made me feel a familiar strain of worthlessness. But at times that familiarity was weirdly comforting. This is complicated to explain. But that echo of past hurts was somehow bearable to me because I'd felt it and somehow endured it so many times before. It was like finding myself once more in a room I'd lived in for years. I hated that room, but I knew its contours. The shape of the windows, the nap of its carpet beneath my feet, the click of the door lock when it was thrown. I knew I could exist in that room. And I'm going to finish this paragraph, and then I'm going to read you the footnote on the page that I just finished. Because I'd exited there before, at that point, at least, this made me feel less afraid. I had other complex feelings, just as I had as a 7-year-old. The 17-year-old me wanted praise from my overseers, and I often got it. Returning from trips to service other men, I'd be greeted not only with money, but with something I wanted more. We're proud of you, they would say, and despite my shame and embarrassment, I'd feel something I thought was contentment. The knot of contradictory feelings would take me years to untangle. And then the next chapter, 13, is called Life with Other Men, but I'll just read this footnote here and then we'll wrap it up. Yeah, yeah, so gross. It's weird they do it and lock eyes. It's gross. They're freaks. They're absolute freaks. He watched the videos and got turned on. There you go, Billy. Absolutely. Absolutely. They serve more purposes than just one, right? And Diddy did that also. He tape recorded everything. To date, no one has come forward to publicly assert that Little E blackmailed them with a compromising videotape he'd taken in his homes, though, of course, that doesn't mean it didn't happen. However, in 2023, the Wall Street Journal reported that on one occasion, Little E did attempt to pressure Bill Gates into participating into a multi-billion-dollar charity fund he tried to start by threatening to reveal a past extramarital affair. Well, isn't that blackmail? Come on. Gates didn't do what Epstein asked, but the report demonstrated for the first time what many have suspected, that Little E was capable of such manipulation. Meanwhile, another woman who was victimized by Little E, Lisa Phillips, has stated that she once asked Little E why he'd encourage a friend of hers to have sex with Prince Andrew. His response, she recalled, "It's good to have things on people," quote unquote. Yeah. Oh, the next part is about Zora Ranch. Maybe I'll just read the first paragraph. The Life with Other Men, chapter 13. I've said that Little E seemed to be placing more trust in me. Now he began requiring me to travel with him more, to travel more with him alone without G-Max or anyone else. On one trip in February 01, we went to Zora Ranch where we saddled up 2 horses and rode together for hours. I was still his actual servant, but this trip in particular had a familial feeling. Excuse me. I think it was here that Little E tried to teach me how to drive in a car that had a manual transmission. I say tried because my stop and go grinding of the clutch scared him to death. He couldn't wait to get out of the vehicle. It's so sad. I mean, yeah, these were like her parents that exploited her and used her and abused her. Her mom, her actual biological mom, didn't necessarily do that, but her father certainly did, and her mom turned a blind eye. So, raised from perdition 2 times, woohoo! Hi, everybody. This book is complex PTSD inducing. I'm almost done, but it dredges up past demons I'd hoped to keep buried. Oh man, I can only imagine. So you are reading it too, it sounds like. It is really terrible. I'm trying to highlight this comment and it has just been giving me a hard time there. I think it did it. It is really hard to read, definitely. And at the same time, it's very uplifting. It's amazing how resilient Virginia was. And the more I read of it, the more I'm convinced that she didn't just get to a point where she couldn't take it anymore this last April and do that to herself. However, I want to point out that there's a very strong probability that she's been instructed to harm herself. I think that that's the way those times that they will essentially force someone's hand by threatening to hurt their children or something. So, so I want to keep an open mind that she might have done it, but I don't think that she did it to herself. She couldn't take anymore. She'd been through so much already and things were getting so much better for her. I don't think that's what it was. But I do want to keep an open mind that she might have done it at her own hand, with her hand forced, basically. I'm so glad it's out there because now it's on paper how evil men treat us, particularly family. Finally, it's in the open. It is really, really good. It's sort of like a Me Too Me Too cubed or Me Too squared or something. I mean, it's like the next level of Me Too, really, I think. I absolutely think it is. Because, I mean, the whole thing with the Me Too movement is that kind of transitioned the guilt and the shame off of the victim and onto the perpetrator. But there was still, I think, a lot of guilt and shame with prostitution, basically, and the transporting. So to try to understand how people survive that is phenomenal. So I'm sorry that you've been through such traumatic situations. I'm glad that you're still standing, and I'm glad that you're finding some positivity in the book. But yeah, definitely, take it easy and take care of yourself, and don't try to read too much of it at once. Like, I want to just read the whole thing, but I do try to break it up because it's important to do other things and not just get, I could just try to sit and finish it in another day, but I'll probably take at least a few days to finish it. Aw, you're very welcome. Now I don't want to wrap up, but I've been on for 2.5 hours and I don't want the video to be that long. So I will wrap up also because my throat and my mouth, I'll now have to put the wax back on my teeth. And then I spilled wax on my shirt because I was thinking it was safe to burn candles in here to make it smell good. I have a strawberry candle. That's the one I spilled on me. And this honey candle, this is the best. Is it that awful brand, though, that belongs to Les Wex? I don't think it is. I love this honey candle. No, this one is called Sweet Honey Bee, I think is the name of the company. I'm glad that it's not. I definitely have candles that are from Bath and Body Works, but I try not to support anything from Les Wex. I don't know what that one is, that white one, but that honey one is my favorite. The strawberry one is really good too. I just caught you at the end, but 2 days in a row. Wow. Hope your mouth is better. Yeah. So I do my lives because I live for this stuff, you guys, honestly. I really love the interaction. It's therapeutic and it's just the bomb. And so I try to not talk as much as possible between my lives. And it's kind of good. It's kind of like a meditation almost. And even when I go out in public, a lot of times I have the wax in my mouth. And so people might not know that I have wax in my mouth and they say hi and I just nod and smile. People that I know. And, if they ask, I can tell them, but I'd just be embarrassed to show this big mouth full of wax. So I'm just quiet, which is kind of cool. I like it. But yeah, I try to take it out when I'm out in public. I try to take the wax out. It's just that it takes so long to get it on the braces, and then it takes so long to get it off the braces. So I do it a few times a day. I take it off to eat, and then I take it off to like go out in public at the grocery store or something, so that I don't have to like just nod and not talk to people like the cashier. Ooh, I could do more of the like self-checkout, and then I wouldn't have to interact with the cashier. What a good idea. I usually do the cashier lines, but maybe I'll do that when I go to the store. Do more of the automated crap. I remember the braces days well. Lots of mouth pain and wax is hell. 6 years. Oh man, I don't mind the wax. It's just a lot of work. It's such a relief to have it. And then, you know, I live by my water pick. I use my water pick several times a day. I absolutely love it to get the wax out, and then before putting the wax back in too. But yeah, I've got like those little like tiny pipe cleaner things, and then brushing my teeth. Like I've never brushed my teeth so much, like at least 4 times a day. So I'm being really good, but that's just because it drives me nuts to have anything in my teeth too. So, yeah, I know. I can't believe that I have to live like this for another year. I can't believe it, but it's been 3 months, and hopefully it will be getting better. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm not going to stop doing my lives though. So there's that. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And, I hope you guys have a really good night's sleep. Hopefully I can do a live with you guys tomorrow. We can try to come up with a good time of day if you want. I'd like to try to do it earlier, just because my brain is sharper earlier. And we only have 40 more minutes of the Mr. Let Go thing. And I didn't even look to see if there was more stuff from my notes that I might want to put into this video before we wrap up. Let me look real quick. There might be. And there might not be. Man, that Reese Waters is great. I was going to show, or maybe tomorrow I'll show the video of him, but it's so hard to see with my little phone. I'll put a link in the description of the video of him where he's like, I didn't know that there was like this love thing, but obviously it seems like Candace Owens was in love with Charlie Kirk when they were such good friends, and that she would have dated him, but he wasn't going to date somebody that was not white, is probably what the deal was. So there is a connection with the with the Romanian transporting. There's a connection to Georgia, which I thought was really interesting, because when I was studying up on Jägermeister's mother, Kimberly Westerfall, I don't know if that was the same Kimberly Westerfall that had that the transporting of Russian people that were escaping being transported. She had a thing in Russia, and then she had a thing in Georgia. And I thought, how interesting. Like Georgia, I guess that makes sense with Atlanta. I guess Atlanta is a pretty big city for that kind of thing. Yeah, I was going to look up the name of. Do you guys remember the name of Kimberly Westfall's human trafficking? Wait, what was it that? Let me see. There's this thing. Dang it. Kimberly Westfall Human Trafficking Organization, Russia and Georgia. Uncaged, Kim Westfall. Uncaged is poised to make a significant contribution to the war on human trafficking by creating a holistic. We'll look at this more tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know if it's the same Kim Westphal or not. I do not know. Trafficking by terrorist groups, Human Trafficking Prevention Month. Man, what was this thing that Candace Owens says, that if they give you a national holiday and a boulevard, then they're admitting culpability to having taken you out. So I guess somewhere they're naming a boulevard after Charlie Kirk. And I think it's in Israel. I think that's what she said. It's in the end of the video. We'll watch it tomorrow. Yeah. Georgia is the gate to and from Russia. Why is that? Obviously, she carries a torch for Kirk. Well, and he's not that cute, except he was back then, 7 years ago. The videos of them having fun together, he's adorable. He was a really cute guy when he was a little bit younger. He's really weird, though, with that hair on his head. Like, it's like a helmet. I don't know what's up with that. That's got to be like some kind of cult thing, right? But yeah, what do you know about Georgia being the gate to and from Russia? I did not know this. Let me see what the Google says, the artificial intelligence. But yeah, interesting what comes up with Kimberly Westphal, human trafficking. Georgia gate to Russia. Well, there's a Georgia over there, right? The Georgian military highway, other roads through the breakaway regions are technically closed for transit. Yeah, so there is a Georgia over there in Russia. So I don't know. I mean, is it anything like how in Idaho, with Moscow, Idaho, I know that there's a large percentage of properties in Moscow that are owned by people in Russia. Like, I don't know what that's about. Yes, that country is another gate. Georgia, the country. Oh, okay. Gotcha. They think it's not so obvious like New York or California. Well, and also, like, you know, because I'm in Ohio and I know Columbus, Ohio, the statistics of the reach that it has business-wise for like the percentage of the American population and then the price of running your business in Columbus, it's a really good ratio. So I would think maybe the same thing with Georgia, with Atlanta area. But, you know, also because you've probably got the east-west interstates going through Georgia, because like Ohio's got the east-west interstates. We've got 70 and 80. And, you know, 80 kind of incorporates 90 also, because 90 kind of runs out and it hooks up with 84 or 80. So we've kind of got like the top three horizontal interstates. And then we've got 75 that goes all the way, well, it goes through Georgia too. It goes all the way to the most southern tip of Florida, all the way up to Canada. So when you've got the crossroads of those interstates, those are good places for transporting of products, illegal, legal, and otherwise, right? 75 north, south, exactly. Exactly. All right, you guys. Well, so much love. Thank you so much for coming in and saying hi. And hey, can I throw you a wrench, Raised from Perdition? I would love to. I was throwing some wrenches around earlier. Let me see if it'll allow me. It's been so goofy. Let me see. Will it do it? It is messing with me. Come on, let's try it again. There we go. Add as a moderator. If that's okay. If it's not, I will take it down. There we go. So now you have a wrench. So if you make one more comment, you'll have the blue wrench. I don't know how to mod. Oh, okay. Well, I can take it off if you want. But it's like the only thing really that I know that mods do is when there's a troll, you can zap them. And by zapping them, you just like touch next to their comment and, the 3 little dots, and then it'll ask if you want to report it or hide it or block them or whatever. So it's fun having a blue handle. There you go. It's okay. I'm honored, but not sure what to do. No pressure. No pressure. That's great. All right. Good night, you guys. Sending you lots of love. So maybe tomorrow, I didn't come up with a time, and I know I'm really bad with times. Maybe let's shoot for 3 o'clock. Does that sound good to people? I'll schedule it for 3 o'clock, and I'll try to keep it at 3 because it drives me nuts when I'm constantly changing them like I do way too often. All right. Love and light. Good night, you guys.